What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? There you go. What up, though? Yo, what is up, though? Why don't I see my chat? Why does YouTube not work? I don't get it, bro. It's literally... I don't get what my YouTube chat is 2 days in a row of not showing up on the screen. That's very irritating. I don't get that. Why? I'm not doing anything different and it's just all of a sudden not working. Whatever. It's gonna be right here instead. It's supposed to be up here with this chat. But I don't know, it's weird. I did all the steps. I didn't do anything different. It's the same process. I think Restream is just broken some days. And I think that's why I was having issues in the beginning. I don't know. It's strange. But maybe it's just kind of like prepping me for like when Twitch comes back and Twitch and Kick always work and YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's supposed to be there. I did the steps. I've been doing the same thing for almost a month now. Day 168. Today is Friday, Rebecca Black. Remember that song, Friday? Friday, Friday. It's either that or do like a Friday, like Chris Tucker, Ice Cube theme, but you know. I remember I had this song, I was like, tonight's the night, Friday, Rebecca Black. I'm in the, who the hell is that? Cologne, someone smell is that? Just got paid. Friday, Bernie Mac. Yeah. 6'8". Nah, doesn't work the same, huh? I was watching the Aiden stream with, that was a fire stream, I'm not gonna lie. There was a stream earlier, it was Aiden Ross, 6'9", Neon, and Cuff 'em. I was like, damn, that's a good one. It was a good stream. There was a lot of good moments in that, I'm not gonna lie. There's probably some shit I could have clipped that would have been hilarious, but by the time I looked up, all the good shit was clipped. There's still probably some like hidden ones in there but it's just, some of it's just too AO. Just too AO. Man. Yo, what's crazy is like, I don't know what it's been. This streak this last month has been like nap. I've been on my nap shit. I've been on my short sleep shit. I don't want to say my nap shit because that could be a funny word around here, but I've been on my sleep shit before, and I think I went be like 5:30, 5 o'clock. So I've been like doing these like 6-hour nap type shits before this, and it's like it just is never enough. It's like, why do I wake up tired after 6 hours? It doesn't make sense. That's what I usually sleep in at night. I guess I'm not that tired. I guess it's just like maybe I'm not getting like the full sleep cycle. But yeah, it'd be like a full sleep, the dream, the whole thing. But gotta show up though. So I basically been setting an alarm for 11 p.m. just so I can show up here. And yeah, I set that shit to like 11:10. That's why I'm a little late today, because I woke up at like 10:55. Like fuck, you know what I'm saying? To use the bathroom, I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have laid back down. That was the issue I had, but it is what it is. So I'm drinking this coffee. Oh man, I remember I haven't rolled up in a minute. I remember on one stream I tried to like roll up, and I think I was able to, but it was so hard. That was like with the splint on. That was with the first splint too, not even the second one. So that was a way harder arm situation. So I think with this, I should be able to roll up. Like I've been able to do a lot of stuff. So one thing I just haven't even been on my roll up shit. I've been on the BO wave. Man, it always feels weird streaming on Friday though. I feel like I should be like more active, but it's a weird day. I'm in this arm situation. It's actually like been raining in LA, which is rare, but there's always this like rain season instead of like winter. We get like rain, so but sometimes it'll just rain. Like there's that saying, it never rains in Southern California, but like sometimes it'll, like when it does, it rains for like a week or two straight. It's weird, like to the point that like LA doesn't really have like a strong infrastructure for rain and flood, so it'll just flood the fuck up because it's just not built for it. And so it like suddenly, it's the weirdest thing. Like it'll go from like periods of not raining in the summer, so much so that it'll be so hot that there's fires, and then it'll rain so much that it's like problematic. But now what we're dealing with this year that I saw warnings for, not necessarily where I'm at, but in certain areas, there's burn scarring from the previous fires, especially the I forgot what those ones were called, but those big ass ones that were in like Malibu and along the coast and shit. Those ones that took out all those houses and shit. There's burn scars, so it like the land is just smooth and there's no like trees and bushes to like stop water and mud from rushing, so there's like potential mudslide warnings now, which is crazy. So it's like you're dealing with two effects of one, like two natural disasters combined into one, which makes a huge, even bigger problem. Not really here, it's just more annoying that it's raining. But yeah, it's weird. It's like you think it's one thing. Oh, it's hot in LA always, and no, sometimes I'm actually cold right now, you know. And it's like for the past so long, it was just hot. Like everything was hot, 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 and now it's like the opposite. Like even this fan, I'm about to turn this fan off. Usually it's too cold, and I mean usually it's too hot. Now it's too cold, so shit like that. But we're here. I had to show up, of course. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. It might be late. I don't know who's here. But we're just gonna keep it organic. No pressure. It's Friday, you know. People should be able to like enjoy their Friday. If you are noticing this, Twitch suspension ends 3 days, 16 hours. Usually it would say like 3 days, like 10 hours on the screen, but I went into my Twitch account to kind of like see if I can get more information about like the suspension, and the time it quoted me at, it was like whatever it said, 3 days. This is a couple hours ago, or a lot of hours ago. It said 3 days, 22 hours. So, and I think that's like, I don't think it goes like exactly the time of which it happened. I think it just on midnight of whatever day. So it was just going to be a little off. So basically it was like, instead of, I'm thinking it's 3 hours something that's really closer to, 3 days, 3 days something that's closer to 4 days still. So I think so this would be 3 days. Like, what's that? Do you count today? Yo, what up, Savrona? Savrona tapping in. Instead of 3 days, it's, yeah, long time no see. I seen you been grinding. You've been on your Japan shit. International. Hell yeah, those are some fire ass emotes too, I'm not gonna lie. The animated joints, those are fire. I won't lie. I can't do those. I don't know where you got those made at, but those are fire. Yeah, those are all fire as fuck. I gotta update some of mine. Shit. I gotta get on my emote game. I'm lacking. I'm lacking, chat. I'm lacking. Then what was I saying? So my shit probably won't come back on Twitch till like Tuesday. I was thinking like Sunday, and then I like came to grips that it might be closer to Monday, but low key it might be like a Tuesday type joint. So we'll see. Nah, that's just coffee. That's just coffee. I'm fucking tired. Nah, definitely not michelada. Definitely that good Joe. Pause. Definitely the Joe. How long you in Japan for still? That's an epic stream. I won't lie. That's definitely an epic stream concept. Definitely an epic stream concept. I can't even hate on that part. A month more is crazy. That's shit. Damn. That's damn. That's a whole lifestyle change. Okay. So you're on some lifestyle shit out there. Damn. That's yeah. Nobody's in Japan for a month. That's like you don't even see big names in Japan for a month. Maybe like 2 weeks. That's fire. That's what's up. I don't even know if I could adjust to that shit. I'd probably be like, I don't know. That's cool though if you feel like you like fit into that vibe. Damn, why is it still hard to roll a joint? That's crazy. I'm really trying. Damn, I thought this would be easier, but a lot easier than before. I quit smoking weed and everything feel great. You know, I was thinking about shit like that. That's it's probably for the best. I almost quit, and then I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe if I was like in a different place where like maybe there's not as much weed, it'd be a lot easier. Definitely when I went out of town a couple weeks ago, it was easy. But when I'm here, it's like shit. I don't know. But that's good though. It holds us back. Yeah, I believe it. No, I'm definitely aware of that. Like it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. I guess since I'm fucking stuck inside, it's kind of like just my thing to do. I haven't even driven in a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start soon, but my arm is just fucked up still. That's what's up though. A month in Japan is crazy. Nah, I still got those shits. I don't know. I don't have any real. I'd rather take those like on a daytime, like having fun type shit. Like at night, it's just gonna make me tired. I'm good off that shit. Yeah, my arm is fucked up. I gotta wear this shit for like 2 more months. I'm fucked. But I'm healing though. I'm healing. I'm healing at a good pace. My arm is just fucked up. It doesn't. One arm goes all the way flat. This one just stays kind of on an angle. But I still made a lot of progress since yesterday though. I got at least 2 months of this shit. So the progress I made in like 4 days has been great though. But the doctor did say I would lose like a slight range of motion on my arm, which kind of depressed me as fuck. But as long as it looks normal, I'm cool. If I have like a little, I can't bend it like that extra. Like if I can only bend it to here instead of here, I'm cool with that. But I couldn't even touch my face with this hand like 3 days ago. I could barely even touch my nose to my thumb. Now it's like I couldn't do any of this shit. So I'll be back on my shit soon enough. But I'm gonna definitely be streaming with a fucked up arm for at least 2 months. It's kind of pissing me off, but it is what it is. I couldn't even smoke with this hand like 2 days ago. So I'm on my Wolverine shit. I've been sleeping and catching up, trying to rest. But we still gotta stream every day though. But my streams have been boring as shit for the past, since the 19th, because I've just been inside. I haven't been, only IRL I did was go to New York for like 2 days. Which was cool, but then I'm just back. So it's like, it is what it is, but. And we just hit rainy season for LA, so it's like super gonna be like inside type shit. But it's cool though. It just forces me to get more creative. Is New York chill? Chill is not the word I would use. Is it cool? Yeah. Is it good for content? Yeah. Chill, not really chill. Not in the way that like LA's chill. But if you mean like, is it cool? Is it like fire? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I didn't even really get to do it, but what I did in New York was cool. We saw the Statue of Liberty. We saw New York bridges. I got in a fight with a homeless man. Like, yeah, I was wilding. Yeah, to say the least. I was wilding. Yeah, it's definitely cold as shit. I mean, it's fucking damn near cold in LA. It's 61, which is cold for LA, but in New York, 40 degrees, that's crazy. No one wants to deal with that shit. No one wants to be in fucking 40-degree weather. That shit is stay inside weather. I feel bad for anybody. You go to the homeless park? Nah, I was near the, I was in Chinatown, and there's this archway, and I was streaming, and this homeless dude was like yelling across the street, "Stop filming me!" And I wasn't filming him, and I'm on my phone. Like, can't even see him, and he's just, "Stop filming me, you fucking cop!" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then he eventually crosses the street, and you know me, I just called him out. I was like, "Oh yeah, you're talking all that shit before, you little bitch." There's a whole bunch of shit I was saying. I was like, I didn't want to repeat what I was saying because it's like bannable words, but I basically was like, "You're just gonna like OD." He was like, "I got more money than you." I was like, "Bro, I beat your ass with my broken hand and the camera in my hand. Shut the fuck up, bitch." It was crazy. He thought I was an informant, but he fucked around and found out that I'm not. I'm like, I will record this on live and beat your ass. He's like, "Oh, fucking, you know how much money I'll get out of it?" I was like, no, you're not gonna get shit." Like, first off, like, but but I have no business fighting homeless people. My friend called me the next day. He's like, "Oh, I'm really disappointed. You said some hurtful things," and I was like, "Damn, I thought I was just in New York on my New York shit, just talking shit." But I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of punching down. I don't need to be like arguing with homeless people. That's not really fair." I'm like, "Damn." I'm not really a person to start shit, but like once somebody like pushes me, I'm just gonna like go further. I turn evil at that point. I don't give a fuck because I would just be minding my business. I'm just a dude. He's in a highly populated tourist area in Chinatown, in front of a fucking landmark, and I'm filming it. And it's, why are you filming? It's like, why are you standing in front of famous shit complaining? Go somewhere else more low key if you don't want to be filmed. What the fuck are you talking about? You fucking idiot. But I guess that's probably, I mean, I'm gonna let it go, but because now I'm punching down. Because people will go, well, maybe he's not right in his mind, and that's why I was like, fuck that dude. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Suck my fucking dick. But in other news, ah man, nah, there's always a bunch of there's a bunch of pussies everywhere. There's a bunch of pussies on Twitch. There's a bunch of pussies in real life. There's a bunch of pussies that are my fucking neighbors. There's a bunch of pussies in the comment section. There's a bunch of pussies everywhere. I don't give a shit. No, it's tough though. I mean, it is what it is. So at some point, you got to kind of be nice to people and sympathetic and shit. But at the same time, I really don't. At the same time, I really don't give a fuck. Man, I was wilding on that trip. I crashed out on one of our like co-producers on the trip because he was being a bitch. Like, I was just in a, and it was crazy. I was like, damn, maybe I'm just like, I need to smoke. And it was like, I hadn't smoked in a couple of days. I was like, damn, maybe I'm just irritable because I'm just going off on everybody. But that's me. If I wasn't crashing out on somebody, would it really be me? I don't know. Fuck these motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. Damn. Is the cost of living expensive in Japan, or is it about the same? Where you don't, I mean, if you got money, maybe you don't feel it, but do you notice any difference? Is it cheaper? Is it about the same? What the fuck was that? So that was scary as shit. Yeah. I don't even know how long I'm gonna be on, but I do feel wired off this fucking coffee, so I'm down to like fucking talk shit. Tomorrow's day 169. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. The hotels are the only expensive thing. Yeah, I mean, that could be a big expense. I plan to get a condo for 600 a month. Oh shit. Well, there you go. That makes sense. That's easily like 3 nights of a hotel. Yeah, 600 a month. That difference is insane. Is it easy to like navigate? Like, does everybody just speak English anyways? It doesn't seem like you've been having any issue from what I've been seeing real quick when I tap in real quick. I would be afraid of like a language barrier. I got a translator, but for most part, yeah, everything I want to understand. That's what's up. I would imagine that English is kind of common, but I would still be like, damn, how the fuck am I gonna? I would just be like that, plus like trying to navigate around and everything. I would be like, what the fuck, you know? But hey, that's fire. Quick learning curve. Do that shit on stream. Jump right into it. Force yourself. But damn, that's what's up. You just randomly choose to do that shit, or you kind of been planning it low key? Because like, especially if you're staying for like a month, like I imagine that you're choosing to do this. You can't have packed enough clothes and shit, so you probably gotta do laundry. You're just buying new gear out there and shit. Like that's a big choice, a big move. Spontaneous just to fucking go with the flow. That's what I'm saying. There's no way you could pack like a month of clothes. That'd be like, hey, no, if you got it, fucking, especially now when you're young and you got the bread, mine as well. People, you're doing shit that people wish that they could do. Like, people, like grown ass people that would never get to even. There's people that like live in New York that never even leave their block, let alone leave the city, which is crazy. There's people that live in Brooklyn, New York that have never been to Manhattan. That's wild. I can't even fathom that shit. Yeah. No, that's what's up. Hey, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. I'd be curious, like, what's like close to Japan too, like where else you could like fly out to, like to explore. But yeah, Japan. That's definitely on the bucket list. That Japan is. I always wanted to like check out like the technology and shit that they had there, just because they're supposed to be like ahead. That was always on the list of things to do. So that's what's up. A month is a long time. You could really like get into it. You could almost like damn near get bored in a month, in a good way though. Like you're just so used to and accustomed to it. And you said a month more if it's already been like 2 weeks. That's what's up. How long can you actually stay out there without a citizenship or whatever? Like you get like a visa. How long can that last for? Like a month, month and a half? 90-day visa. That's what's up. That's actually kind of crazy. That's actually epic. I don't know if there's any streamer that's been in fucking a different country like that for like 90 days. That's like I'm trying to like think of like, I'm sure it's happened, but like you usually don't see that shit. So that's W content potential. How are they like taking to you? Because you like to be like an asshole sometimes, right? Are they in Japan? They're like super polite. Are you able to just be yourself, or do you feel like you kind of gotta like water yourself down a little bit, or just you just don't even give a fuck? Ice Poseidon did it. Oh, he did. Okay, well that's a big ass streamer. That's what I'm saying, though. You know what I mean? So it would make sense. I let my nuts hang. I don't give a fuck. Okay, and no one. Are they like intrigued that you're American? So it's like okay, whatever. I just or is it a potential like Vitaly moment where you can, or is it just the way you do it where it's just not gonna, you only go so far? They love you. They love you. Okay, hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. W Japan for being accepting to people. W Japan. Maybe not every country is playing like that, I guess, but apparently Japan is cool. I know in Japan they have like, it's like I feel like in Japan and like South Korea they like kind of are into some American shit, like some urban American shit. That's what's up. Have you been like Because I've heard like if you're American, you go to like China, like you're basically just like a celebrity. Is it the same in Japan? Have you like people run into you and been like excited, like, yo, you're American, da da da, or they just like don't even like really give a fuck? China is sketch. I'm good off China. Okay, so they're just completely different. Shout out to China though, by the way. But so they're just like not. It's not even a comparable thing. Japan is just on some other shit. That's what's up. That's good to know. That's good to know. I don't know if I would plan. The only reason I would go to China is like personal reasons, but I feel like Japan does seem like the, as far as visiting, like the one that people have. I feel like China's just specific. You got to go and like really beyond that shit, or like go for cultural reasons or like work reasons. But like maybe Japan is a better place to like go and chill. But a month is still. I don't even know if I would even want to go for that long. I'd be like 2 weeks max. I'm like, I'm ready to go back. And I feel like I would like stand out like a sore thumb in either place. Like, I'm not saying that you could blend in more, but it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They probably still look at you like, who the fuck is this guy, to a degree. But like, at least like from far away, you might be able to. Maybe you might be like, you might look like you're like half and half or something. Me, I'm like, there's no, there's no confusion. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just stand out like a fucking, I'm gonna look like Sasquatch over there. I'm gonna look like King Kong and shit. You feel me? I told a black guy that today, stand out like a sore thumb. Went to Tokyo Drift today, just got back. Yeah, I didn't know that was a real thing. I mean, I never even thought about that being like a real thing, like a Tokyo Drift. I thought it was maybe, I just never even thought about it. I just thought it was like maybe like a combination of words they created for like Fast and Furious, but that's like an actual, like their actual, real shit that they do. That's fire. Yeah, you're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. It's not even like a diss. It's just like objectively true. Like how you're probably maybe taller than the average person. Obviously, skin complexion. Probably the way you dress is a little bit different. Like how can you not? You know what I'm saying? In a world that's built for this type of person. You know what I mean? Hopefully, they're not like too racist in Japan. I wouldn't even like be like weirded out if they were a little bit just out of like ignorance. But like hopefully it's not like this like overwhelming like annoying type of racism where everybody's like saying weird shit. I would expect a little bit of racism, I'm not gonna lie. How could you not? You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, Tokyo Drift. Yeah, that reminds me of Fast and Furious, the movie with like Lil Bow Wow or some shit. Damn, Japan. Goals. Definitely some discrimination is expected. Yeah, it has to. It has to. Like, I would, you know, that's why I was like, eh. If you go over there a while, and I can imagine, I don't know, but maybe they're so polite that, but I feel like they could still fuck you over if they wanted to, easily, but like in a nice, polite way. Like you don't even know you're getting fucked over. That's what's up. You feel like you're learning any Japanese words that you're using already? Like quickly, like shit that's like common shit. Like hello, how are you, goodbye, shit like that. Thank you. I still would imagine just everybody knows how to say like a lot of English words. Arigato, thank you. I don't know how to say that word. Sumimasen. Excuse me, sumimasen. Chatomate, hold on. Okay. Yeah, those are some good terms you could use. Nah, that's what's up. That's all very polite words. So you know all the polite words. You don't know how to say like suck my dick or like fuck you, bitch. Do they even have those words in that language? I feel like you would get like fined for saying certain words in Japan. And I think I saw something that was like the streets there are like super clean. Like a dude like took off his like shoe and just had white socks and like walked around like for 8 hours, and then he like checked the bottom of his socks and they were just still white as fuck, which is crazy. You could like damn near eat off the ground out there. Bro, I left my phone outside for 3 hours. Nothing. No one stole it. There's no crime. Yep. They're like, this phone, what the fuck are we gonna do with this shit? Yeah. Or they're just smart. Like, why would I steal a phone that's locked? Damn, that is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That is kind of crazy. Damn. Nah, yeah, it changes your perspective on humanity. Like, I'm sure you could probably do something similar in Palm Springs, but like after a while, that shit's gone. Are there homeless people out there? It's probably like a whole different term. Nah, no homeless. I saw one literally. See? The differences in the world is crazy. That's how you know the United States is fucked up. It's like you see, after 2 weeks, you see one in all of the Japan that you've seen. And here we have a literal problem. It's just, it doesn't make sense. And they probably don't want homeless people, so they probably do things to make sure that people aren't homeless. And I'm sure that guy that is homeless probably just does not give a fuck. I didn't see it, but he probably just does not give a shit at all. Damn. I was gonna like, yo, what up, Ty? What up, Ty? What up, Ty? What up, Ty? I was gonna ask how the food is. Like, I know that's a general question. I was more curious about like, obviously they have like traditional Japanese food and the local stuff that they have. Do they have like, is there any like American chains that you've seen that would be like, I don't know, best food, for real, best food I have for real, like, and okay, I'll take the word on that. Like, I imagine there's a lot of sushi and seafood and I don't even know. They got Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, and all, but I haven't had it. Right? Why would you? Why would you? I would probably do it on some like content shit just to like compare, but like why the fuck would you do that? Exactly. I would just be curious to see like how McDonald's is different in Japan than it is in like if they have like rice and stuff. Some certain countries that have like rice on the menu. Burger King is definitely the last thing I'm probably trying. I might have to fuck with some Japanese Wendy's though, I'm not gonna lie. Just to see. That's what's up. And I'd be curious to like see like how the portions are, like to see if they're smaller or like how fresh the food is and shit like that. That's what's up. The best food ever. That's a bold statement to have. What up, Ty? What's going on in the purple world, aka Twitch world? I really am not tapped into Twitch at all. Like, it's I wouldn't have. I thought that I would be more like missing it, like fuck, I still gotta watch and see what's going on, but it's like kind of out of sight, out of mind. But I do see the clips and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But the clips are almost good enough. I feel like I'm somebody that doesn't watch streams, but I you know how people are always like, yo, I only see the clips. That's how I feel now. Chillin' was modding for Ray J. He talking to Mario, Beef, and Wale. Who's Mario? I mean, who's Beef? Wale's trying to come up on his little thing. He's trying to. I have been seeing Wale trying to pop. I think Wale's trying to redeem himself after that Kai Cenat moment at the whatever that was, AMAs or whatever. Chocolate milk is funny as fuck. Imagine if this watch. I did have chocolate milk when I first started this injury shit. Mario Beef. Who is that? Are you saying Mario Beef and Wale? I don't know who Beef would be. Oh, Ray J has a beef with Mario. Ray J beefing with him and but he's like trolling beefing. He can't be really. There's no way he's really beefing with him. How do you beef with Mario and Wale? I could see beefing with Wale. I could see how Wale would be on some argumentative shit. But Mario seems unproblematic. Real and fake. Okay, yeah. See, I don't. Anything streamers do, I just always think is bullshit. It's always cap. Most of the time it's cap. Although it's real. It's like the realest shit. But it's like exactly real and fake. You can't even. It's like indistinguishable. Sometimes things become real. I'm just happy that I'm dead ass happy that Ray J really. He was already popping, but obviously you gotta like pop in the streaming world as a whole thing. But how he fucking manifested that shit and made that happen. Like he was really like on the edge of like, damn, I just want to get into this shit. Like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And then now it's like he's a prominent figure in the streaming world. It's crazy, just like that. That's a respectable come up. Obviously, if we all had the Ray J fame, it would be a lot easier. But it doesn't always work. It could have easily not worked for him, just because of everything. But I always thought it would work. I missed the didn't Boosie do a stream with I forgot who Boosie did a stream with recently, but I was like, damn, that's like one I regret not being on Twitch for, is being able to watch the Boosie stream. Because I had my money on Boosie early, and then he just wasn't streaming like that. I remember seeing like some of the first Boosie stuff, literally the first Boosie stream, where he had like, it was all stretched out and shit. Like it was like a vertical stream, but it was like switched down to horizontal, like that type of shit. Or like even like sideways sometimes. Oh, you got a clip. I literally just woke up. He was talking shit in the beginning. Ray J versus Mario, who you think you got your money on? Is that what you sent? It was Ray J and Boosie. Did they release that song yet? Because that's what I want. I want them to release that fucking song. That's my favorite one. Let me see what you pulled up. I can't wait till they release that song. Yeah, this one. That's the one I was looking at. Okay, let's pull it up. No kick. Oh, I was saying earlier, Ty, that no, they didn't. He does have an older song with Boosie though. Oh, man, I love that one, that blues one. That shit is hard. I can't wait. I can't wait. I've like said multiple times on the stream, play that. When is that releasing? Also, Ty, if you notice, I think my Twitch ban is lifted. It would normally say 3 hours and like 9 minutes, or 3 days and 9. What the fuck? But I looked and tried to like look at my account at the appeal shit. I was able to kind of log in, and it was like 3 days, 22 hours, and oh, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be on YouTube. My bad. Oh, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be on YouTube. My bad. Oh, and so it's like, I think I won't be back until like Tuesday. I had to basically add 7 hours. Let's look at this clip. Wait.
Kind of like, what, nigga? What is you talking about? On the dead on these. What y'all niggas say he said? He said that I'm okay.
So you be hitting like little runs here
Little
and there,
runs?
here and there.
Like, what? Bro, really, Mario? Really, my nigga?
Oh, okay. So it's okay. Yeah. He's trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling. Whatever happened with that? Is Ray J still flying mods or whatever out or something? Or did something ever come with that? I just been so out of the fucking loop. Still got to get you out here in LA to see what Ty can do in LA. Because I feel I could just see that beat running that shit the fuck up. Ty said, well, today he was at a concert and they wouldn't let him come out, so he got mad. Oh. Yeah, that's funny. I streamed with Kai Cenat. I was on Mafiathon 3 multiple days. I'm Brandy's brother. I made one wish. I can see that. In a good way, though, respectfully. Snoop Dogg, my cousin. I don't think Ty said I don't think the mod thing happening because he left to Atlanta and now he in Baltimore. Really? Oh, see, yeah, that's why I do fuck with Ray J. He's very unpredictable. That's good. That's good for streaming. That's what sucks about it. Is like, not what sucks, but it's just kind of like it's an easy formula almost. Is like he who has the bag. If you have a bag and you don't do well in streaming, it's just your fault. You're just boring. Because just having money and access to travel and buy things, try things, is good content just by design. Collab with people, do activities, you know. So I respect it. It's like mine as well. If you have a bag and you want to stream, just do it. People will be intrigued. People love to see people spending money. Obviously, like some of the best streams, you don't have to spend anything, but also some of the best streams do cost something. It's just a fact of it. Are we still on the? There we go. Baltimore is random as fuck. I thought I just saw a post with Krishan that was like, "Yo, I left LA. Da, 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 da. If you want to come see me, I'll be in Baltimore." So I don't know if that's the wave. Other than that, Baltimore's random as fuck. Also, which I found was interesting, is that I touched on it a little bit. AB Antonio Brown got picked up in Dubai, and I remember I was chatting to him on his stream, and he was like, I was like, "Yo, when you coming back to LA?" He was like, "Yo, never." You heard? Like, and then I didn't put two and two together that he means like, "Oh, I'm in Dubai because I'm on the run." So they got him, and then he bails out, or whatever the fuck he did, and he's out. So I'm like, And Aiden, I think they're all going over there to AB's house tomorrow. So I'm like, and I was in the moment, I'm like not realizing what he's saying. I'm like, I'm sure I'll run into you, not thinking like he might never come back to America, period. But hey, maybe we'll still get that AB moment. But he might be on house arrest for like some time. But the Miami stream would definitely be fire. Miami's fucking just expensive as shit to go to. But at least what's cool about Florida is that Florida otherwise is cheap. So how I would do it, like in LA, like you just gotta like plan to spend whatever money. But at least in Florida, you can like go like a half hour out and be like in a cheaper place. In California, you can't do that shit. You feel me? There's no outskirts of LA. You just gotta pay. I don't think yeah, he left to Atlanta and now he's in Baltimore. Yeah, see, I don't know. What's Canel been up to? Has Canel been streaming too? Has he had, I mean, I know he's been probably streaming. Man, I really do fuck with Canel. You really put me on to Canel, man. That's like still fucking goals. Like, That's like my biggest regret of TwitchCon is like getting too fucked up to I got too fucked up to not run into like Canel at TwitchCon. Canel been off streaming since he dressed as a 6ix9ine rat. I'm sure he's cooking up. I'm sure he's cooking up. I'm sure he's cooking. Somebody was just oh no, never mind. That was on Kick. Never mind. Oh fuck. I really am out of the loop. I'm missing the whole Clover shit. Is Capaholic still going? Are they still doing that shit? Or is that just that month? I know that the phase shit is over, but there's still like some like overlap with that. Epic stream, Neon, Aiden, 6ix9ine, and Cuff 'em. That was like, it was like the Outlaws stream. That was kind of crazy to watch. It was like the what's that shit called? Like the what's that shit called with the Joker? Will Smith was randomly in that movie. Croc. What's that shit called? They're like the villains of like of that DC shit. What was that movie called? Suicide Squad. It was like that. Is that what that shit's called? It was like the Suicide Squad. That's what that stream was like today. I think that was that movie, right? Suicide Squad? With Jared Leto as a Joker. That was crazy. Damn, I typed in just suicide on my phone and it took me to like the helpline. Sorry, that's not what I meant, phone. Don't get the wrong idea. Yeah, hell yeah. That was a random movie that Will Smith was into. That was an interesting choice. Because that was like pre-slap too. What year was this movie? 2000. Oh my god, this is 2016. Yeah, wow. Definitely pre-slap. He should have never did that role. That was a curse. Because no one cared. (6ix9ine) is actually could be a really, really good streamer. But maybe it's one of those things where it's like he's better like on other people's streams, but like if he was to like do his own, it would be like, eh. He's definitely a good fucking clip farmer though. A great clip farmer. Yeah, I definitely miss Canel streams. I don't know if I would be watching like Clover streams like that heavy. Maybe I would though, because there's been some good clips that I've seen. But I never really like tapped into those streams that much. I'm not gonna lie, I do, but I don't, not in the same way. Definitely, I'd be checking out Ray J streams. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I've been on my YouTube and Kick shit recently. Yeah, this is definitely a joint stream. I haven't smoked joints on stream in a minute. How long? What's the time check? 47 minutes. Not bad. My first time check, 47 minutes. Sometimes it's 38, sometimes it's 24 minutes. I'm not mad at that. I fuck with the combos on Friday night. Yeah, I haven't been seeing shit. I'm guessing that the whole Capaholic shit is done for now. How's the weather in Hartford? Is it harder to do like a fucking IRL? I looked at the New York weather, it was like 40 degrees. I don't know. That would definitely be a game changer for me for like IRL streaming. Maybe it's like a little cooler in the daytime right now, but I guess it could be cool though, depending on what you're doing. But I'd be on some other shit. There's a moment when we show up, they be saying, wow. It's between 30s and 50s. What the fuck? Bruh. You gotta do the fireplace stream. Shit. I don't know, bro. Although, like, streaming in the snow does sound crazy, though. That's like a rare thing you don't really see, so. If it starts snowing, I don't know. I would probably still be inside, though, like, fuck. I don't know what kind of content that would be, but I think it would be good though. Or like how they have like the ice skating at like Bushnell Park and shit. Like people would, that'd be cool, but I don't know, bro. That's a long winter. That's a long winter. That's like from now until at least fucking March. It's gonna be cold as shit. Stays a little warmer here for a little bit, but we're already kind of already hitting the winter season. It's been raining. It's supposed to rain all week here, and it never rains. Except for when it does, it rains all the time. It can rain for like a whole month straight here sometimes. Every day. And there's a saying it doesn't rain in Southern California, but it really does though. But it'll like rain for like a month or two straight and then not rain for like 10 months straight. At all, like won't rain at all. Like not one day. Like to the point you forget about rain, like, oh yeah, damn. I forgot that was even a possibility. And then suddenly it goes from being too hot to, you know, it's like 50s in the day, 30s at night. Okay, 50s is bearable for now until it's fucking 30s in the day, 20s in the day and shit. Damn. Damn. That's what's up though. I think people still would want to see that though. People would still want to see it. Especially since it's like, I feel like good content is like doing shit that others aren't willing to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like 60s here right now, but you know, it's nighttime. What temperature? It's probably like 61, 59, 61, yeah, where I'm at. This is the warmer area though. I was like, yeah, 61, 62. Hartford, 33 degrees with a high of 48 tomorrow. Damn. And you're getting rain tomorrow. Or maybe it's raining right now. Damn. Or today, yeah, tomorrow. Rain, wow. Damn. It's 30 degrees and raining is crazy. That sounds bad. Fuck. Well, I hope everybody's safe and warm in the challenging climates. Damn, I kind of want to like get that McDonald's coffee again because that shit had me going. I just don't know if I want it. It's too expensive though. To order a $20 McDonald's coffee right now is crazy, right? That's like a waste of money. Literally $20. There's like no way to avoid it. Let me see. Let's see what the price of a cup of coffee is. It's just not worth it. It's like not even that 20 bucks is a lot of money. It's just a lot of money for that. Let's see. We'll do a large. It comes to $11 before taxes. But if I would have, it's really because it's a small order fee too. 14, so basically $10 to have it delivered. And that driver's probably only getting like $3 of that. Subtotal $5.99. Bag fee 10 cents. Delivery fee $2.99. Service fee $3. So that's $5.08. Oh, that's not bad. Plus the tip. Fuck it, I'm just gonna order one. Just for the stream. Whatever. Let's get a cup of coffee. trying to be wired. It's Friday night. It's got to be a 3-hour stream. Nah, it's about. Oh, what the fuck? Wait. Wait, is McDonald's closed? Yeah, that might be a sign. Wait, McDonald's is closed? Really? That can't be. That can't be. But if it is, that's a sign. Or can you just not get coffee late night? That can't be. That can't be. I mean, I'm cool on not getting this because it's fucking crazy. Whatever. Yeah, for the stream. I don't know. I feel like I'm fading. Actually, I don't. There's no reason. I slept for 6 hours. I already had a cup of coffee, but I feel like it's not enough. It's never enough. That's kind of what I want to change the title to instead of Friday Rebecca Black. I might change it later. But I got the, I didn't even see that chat from Sevron earlier. I got the world's lightest laptop here, the Notavina Pound. I kind of want to see what kind of laptop that is because this dude just likes to spend money. But mine as well. That's what it's for. Notavina Pound laptop. I don't even see that when I Google it. But I can imagine. That's what's up. True, no, I mean, I get that though. Like, if you need like because sometimes I do need a laptop to like change, especially for Kick, to change titles and shit like that. It's hard to do it on the phone. You gotta really, this is a bitch. But on the computer stays logged in longer. And it's easier to log in and shit, because you gotta like, every time you log in on Kick, enter like the, you gotta do like the little verification code, one-time password shit. So I can imagine. That's what's up. Yeah, no, definitely, especially when my arm gets better, gotta do some good streams. I definitely gotta do the Vegas stream. Like, that's the inevitable. Like, that's just gonna happen one day. It's just gonna be like, randomly pop up in Vegas. Like, definitely doing Vegas. Like, that's easy because it's so close. It's like one of those things where it's so easy where you just end up not doing it because it's like, oh, I'll do that when and you just never get around to it. That's gotta happen. What's crazy though is that I've always been kind of underwhelmed by Vegas though. It's never been like popping to me. It's like, it seems like it's gonna be this one thing, and then when you're there, it's just like, oh, it's literally just casinos. Like, I don't know what I expect. I just expect it to be crazy. People acting crazy, people drunk, people on drugs and stuff. But you just go and it's just casinos. Like, everything has a casino in it. Which is like, I don't think I've gambled one time in Vegas. Or maybe we played like some slots one time randomly on some random shit. But even that is like, I don't know. Even like the streams I've seen in Vegas, it just seems like people aren't really doing much. So I remember I used to watch those like, were they pranks? I guess it was like pranks, like mic'd up type of, it kind of looks like streaming, but like mic'd up pranks. And you know, people, those escalators that people, a lot of pranks in front of those shits and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. So it'd be cool to, I don't know. I have no idea what would be but I would do it on some like content, like seeing the landmarks, trying to figure out what's the poppin' shit, but maybe a lot of shit that is in Vegas you can't stream. I don't know, maybe that's what it is. Like maybe you can't stream inside the casino, or you can't stream inside if it's like shows and restaurants. Maybe you can't really like stream in there. I don't know. But it would be cool to do like a kind of a fear and loathing type of thing where you just like bring everything and just get fucked up, or like stream a lot from the hotel room and shit like that. The one time not the one time, I've been in Vegas a couple times, but the one time I was there, definitely we were smoking inside the hotel room like it was nothing, but it's like a big ass fucking hotel. It's like the people probably can't even like get up there and go to every room and check and shit. It's like, you know what I mean? Like when you're like 20 something floor, like pretty sure that was the Palms, where you could find very cheap rooms. Like how can you not stay at the Palms? 30 bucks a night, 60 bucks a night, it's crazy shit like that for like I mean, it's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. Somehow Vegas is able to make like shitty shit look almost all right. You know what I mean? Because it might be like a shitty hotel, but like the view out the window is crazy, or like the lobby looks crazy. Every time I go to Vegas, it's like super late night where like everything's closed. Except for like one time, but it was just like super normal. It just felt like some weird part of California. Like, you know, like if I was like down in like Santa Monica, or like just kind of slightly busy, but also like, yeah, all right, there's an end to this. But I think I was like on the wrong side, because I don't remember seeing like, you see some of the shit, but there's like so much I don't remember seeing, like the pyramid, or I remember seeing the sphere. I don't know if they're still building it, or maybe I have seen it fully up, but I don't know. I remember going to like dispensary and it was like, oh, I wish I was in LA, like shit like that. But it'd be cool to do some Vegas streams. I really haven't seen any good ones. Really haven't been like, oh shit, I gotta go to Vegas now for this. It just seems like, like regular almost. Like it's cool, like it's not bad. It's just kind of like, you know, I haven't seen anything where it's like, oh, it's definitely worth going out there for that reason. Because people always just end up just gambling. And it's like, there's got to be something more interesting to Vegas than fucking gambling. Because I guess maybe if I was more into gambling, I would be like, hell yeah, this is amazing. But like, I don't know. But so that would be a cool stream to like figure out like what's interesting about Vegas besides that. You know what's the worst? When you're like midstream and you're not like that far in, but you got to take a shit. That's the worst. There's nothing worse than that. And you can't just like do like a bathroom break. That's like the most obnoxious shit. Although I've seen people do it. Now, if you're on stream for like 8 hours, go and take that shit. But if you're only trying to do like a 2-hour stream, taking like a 20-minute shit is diabolical. The only way is like if I had like some like content that I wanted to replay, like recap, and I was like, okay, this is about a 15-minute clip. I'm about to go take a quick shit. But other than that, like even taking like a 5-minute shit on stream is crazy. There's no point. You might as well just get off. Sometimes it goes away though. So if you ever see me like, cause like when I go to the bathroom, I'm doing that in like a minute or less. Wash my hands real quick. Blah, 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 blah. If I take more than like 3-5 minutes, I'm definitely taking a shit. FYI. And I know that's too much information, but sometimes, man, it gets to a point. it gets to a point where real life intersects the like I almost like was like, damn, I should take a shit before the stream, but it was already like 11:30, so shit. Yo, my homie Tommy is supposed to be moving away from LA, which is crazy, in like a week and a half or some shit. I want to get a stream with him, but I'm also like, I gotta start driving again to get over there, because I gotta get a stream with him because he doesn't give a fuck. We should do a crazy Studio City drunken stream. Yeah. Just try to like get banned from as many bars as we can. Nah, that sounds like a terrible challenge where you end up fucking shit up for real. I can see that. Every time you like try to do something like bad, it's like sometimes you succeed and you end up going too far sometimes. It's like you ever be like, I'm gonna get fucked up, and you like are like trying too hard, you're gonna go too far at a certain point. You're either gonna end up throwing up, passing out, doing something stupid where you get in trouble, breaking your arm. So for that reason, it should be like, let's just have a nice chill stream. And then if it goes crazy, it might not go that crazy. Trying to get kicked out of bars on purpose is just asking for trouble. That you're gonna end up in jail. This I know. You're gonna end up in jail somehow. Because at a certain point, you're gonna get too fucked up and forget, like, oh wait, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like drink a lot and we're gonna have a calm stream. Although I feel like that's when I actually did get kicked out of the bar, when I was trying to like, when I got 86 from residuals, I was trying to be on my like peaceful shit, and that was like the one time. It's kind of like I was like almost like calm enough to be controlled. Whereas if I'm out of control, it's like you can't even like do shit. It's kind of like I remember I got a ticket one time, and for speeding, and I was literally keeping up with the traffic, and I told the cop, I'm like, I'm just following traffic, but he was like, yeah, it's not about who's. Basically, it was like, it's not about who's going as fast as it's about who I was able to catch. So it was like, you know, it's shit like that where you're like, damn, it's about being able to be caught sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of this McDonald's iced coffee. Hopefully I'll be bouncing off the walls. Hopefully it'll make the time go by faster. I resent myself for relying on substances to make the stream better, but I'm not the first. I won't be the last. It is something I should get over. But honestly, like, I don't even need it really. Like if the stream, if I'm engaged enough, whether it's like conversation or like have like a strong topic, I don't really need it. But where I'm just kind of like going with the flow, it definitely helps. Definitely helps to have something, really, just something to drink sometimes, like just something to sip on. Like really, just it's like when you're at a party or a social gathering, like. You're like awkward, you don't know what to do with your hands, but just like having a drink is just kind of like a little swag to do something with. You sometimes you're just sipping on ice, just going like this with ice. It's just waiting for the water to melt, but it's just something to do. It just feels better than just like, but other than that, you're gonna be like looking at your phone or some shit. So it's kind of like that, I guess. It's like a secondary action. And I learned about secondary actions when I went to film school to be a director. Sometimes, like, if a scene isn't working, sometimes it's just like too much dialogue. Sometimes the director will give the actor something to do so that it makes the scene more interesting. You know, it makes you, like, just say you're like folding clothes and you're like having a conversation. It's like you might just, if you're not folding clothes, it's just, hey, da 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 da. Oh, this happened, da da da. But if someone's like folding clothes, they're like, oh yeah, so this happened, and it just makes it more expressive because they're putting their body into it. Or and so I told, you know, they're kind of breaking eye contact but coming back, and you know, things like that, where it gives it just gives the actor more to work with. So that's kind of how I feel about having a secondary action, whether it's talking to the chat, whether it's a theme, whether it's reading something, reacting to something. It's just something else than just like, this is my stream. I'm talking to my stream right now. I had a good, you know what I mean? It's just something else to do, whether that's, it might be a joint, it might be a drink, it might be a, you know, just even like refilling the drink, getting more ice, shit like that. It adds layers and texture to the content, you know. Another person talking, a location where there's things to see and observe, you know, as opposed to I've been here for almost a month saying the same shit. Not the same shit. Every stream is unique. Every stream is completely unique. You know? I'm still amazed at like, I hopped online at like maybe like 12, a little bit before 12:30 today. And I mean 11:30. And I swear at 11:10, I'm saying to myself, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say. Like, I have no idea. Like, but I guess I just don't give a fuck anymore. You know what I'm saying? I just trust that something's gonna happen. And if it doesn't, that's when you see me online for an hour. You know, hour and a half. You know, that's a short stream. But I try to at least keep the standard and try to push myself to do it. It would be cool to do like a live stream, like a series of where I'm like trying to like get into stand-up comedy. Just like doing the steps, like, okay, I'm gonna try to go to an open mic. All right, I'm gonna try to write a joke. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a cool series. I think that'd be a cool ass series. Cause like win, lose, or draw, it'll still be entertaining, whether I bomb or if I do well, or to show the process. You was talking shit in the beginning. Yeah. It's a moment when the show never saying wow. Yo, Tyre, you still there? Let me know if you're still there. Because Tyre was saying something interesting. He was saying like some of the craziest shits he's ever seen on stream, and one of them was me breaking my arm. I was like, damn, I didn't even know I was in that category. I forgot what the other two were. One was the other one was the, what were the things you were saying was the craziest shit you saw on stream so far? One mine being like number 3, like me breaking my arm, but it was like, I think one might have been Canel. I think one was Canel. There was some funny ones though. I forgot the first one that you mentioned. I forgot. Yeah, crazy. I forgot. You said, I think one was Canel, one was me, and then one was, I forgot what the other one was though. But I was like, hell yeah, I'm glad I'm in that thought process. That shit actually was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's like the craziest thing that didn't happen on stream. That was supposed to. All those people are fortunate to have their craziest moments captured on stream. Oh, the Chiba arrest, Canel getting robbed. Oh yeah. Was that Canel getting robbed? That was actually real too. It wasn't cat. No, actually, I don't believe that anything on Canel shit is fake. now that I am observant of it. He actually got robbed. And was that recently, or was that like something else that I saw like a month or 2 ago? Or 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. Real unscripted, like actually robbed. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, nah, Canel's, he's on some real shit. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Damn. Oh, December, okay, then I'm familiar, yeah. I'm familiar. That was in LA, was that in LA? Yeah, that Chiba arrest. I never really wasn't familiar with Chiba, but I did see him like get slammed and shit. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, it was in Missouri. Damn, he got robbed in Missouri? Damn. Oh, that's where you just were too. Weren't you just in Missouri? Like Kansas City, Missouri? sure it's a big state, but yeah. Just so you know, Missouri ain't for the play. You might think because you don't know anything about it, but Missouri is not to be fucked with. Is East St. Louis in Missouri? I feel like I might have been to Missouri one time. Oh, it's in Illinois. Oh, East St. Louis is in Illinois, but not to be confused with St. Louis, Missouri. I guess I've been to both. Randomly. Like, not even on some layover shit, like, actually went there. Randomly in fucking Missouri. Man, that was random. It's gangsta in Missouri, I'm not gonna lie. It's weird to think that like St. Louis is Missouri. Like when you think of like Nelly, he's from Missouri. But you don't think of that. You don't think of it that way. You just think he's from the Lou. But like Nelly is from the state of Missouri. Eminem is from the state of Michigan. Bow Wow is from the state of Ohio. Ohio's kind of like, that sounds like it though. But what's some other obscure state that people are from, but it sounds only crazy when you say the state, but not the city? Like, there's gotta be somebody like, even like everybody from Chicago is from Illinois. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird when you think about it as Illinois. When you think of Illinois, you think of like farm and shit, but then it's like King Von, Lil Durk, Kanye West, G Herbo, Lil Reese, Chief Keef. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Because everywhere else sounds right. Like if you're from Louisiana, it's like, okay, that sounds crazy. Even like Georgia, it sounds how it's supposed to sound. Mississippi, Alabama, New York, California. California sounds kind of crazy out of context, but LA is just so established as being LA that it doesn't really get that that type of look at it. Even if you said like, I'm from Hartford, you know, homicide Hartford, but it's like, you're from Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? It sounds, we know what Connecticut's like, but for everybody else, they don't understand what Connecticut is. Even if you say you're from Boston, like, it sounds like something, but you're from Massachusetts, like, it doesn't sound as crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let's look up a U.S. map and see if we can find some obscure places that people are from, but when you only think of it as a city. Or as a state, I mean. Let's see. Florida is kind of mixy. Kentucky, who's from Louisville, like Jack Harlow. Virginia, Virginia sounds like something. Pennsylvania is one. Anybody that's from Philly is from Pennsylvania. That doesn't sound like some hood shit, but Philly sounds crazy. Ohio. I didn't realize Ohio was just right here. I thought Ohio was more like over here somewhere in my mind. That's crazy. Indiana, Illinois, Michigan. Yeah, Michigan sounds crazy. If you're from Detroit, Michigan sounds a little different. I don't know if there's any Wisconsin. Actually, aren't there people from Wisconsin? Isn't there a whole wait, what's that place? Where's what's that place called? What's that place called? What's the place where all those Kia boys are and shit? Where's the singer JP from? Singer JP. I'm JP. He's from, where is he from? What's that place called? Milwaukee. Wait, is Milwaukee wait, where's Milwaukee? I know it sounds stupid as fuck right now. Where's Milwaukee? Wisconsin, right. Okay. So, like, there's people that are from Milwaukee. That's like a a place that's kind of, oh wait, let me get this this overlay. Milwaukee doesn't sound like it's too crazy, but because it's Wisconsin, you know. Missouri, St. Louis, Iowa. No rappers from Iowa yet, I don't think. Arkansas doesn't sound as crazy. It kind of sounds south. Oklahoma, Texas. I mean, Houston sounds like a different country almost in like Texas, you know, but it's kind of enough to be enough. Colorado, I can't think of any big rappers from like Denver or anything like that. Nebraska, haven't heard of it. South Dakota, North Dakota, nope. Montana, nope. Wyoming, nope. Utah, isn't Young Boy's in like Utah, right? But like he's not from there. New Mexico, I think rapper Exhibit was from New Mexico. Arizona, you're not gonna really hear about that. Idaho, no. Washington, nah. Oregon, you might have some rappers from Portland or some shit. California, obviously. Alaska, haven't seen it. Hawaii, no. So really, it's the ones are definitely not New Hampshire, definitely not Vermont. You might get some Boston, you might get some Hartford, maybe some New Haven, but these are like, if you don't know Connecticut, these are, I'm just assuming people know Connecticut. Pennsylvania has Philly, Illinois, Michigan, Missouri. It's mostly those ones where they have these like cities that are kind of like infamous, but the whole state is not as. I guess there's some Vegas rappers too. Vegas has its whole own music scene that it's like kind of like if you know, you know. I feel like Vegas was supposed to be like a new hub. Oh, would you say? Oh, I didn't even see you 2007. What's good? What's good with you? Hey, what's good, man? Yellow Wolf is from Alabama. Okay. Nah, fam, you see Ohio when you're in Michigan, you pump. Michigan roads be awful. Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin, definitely. Wisconsin. You see Ohio when you're in Michigan, you pumped. Michigan roads are awful. Oh, okay. Shit. I didn't know. One of the biggest rappers of all time is from Michigan. One of the biggest rappers from all time is from Toronto, Canada. That's another one too. I should have said Toronto because Toronto, Canada's been on a good uprise with, I mean, some good artists. Like I'm not gonna lie, some of the best artists and entertainers come from Canada, low key. You've been down 8 Mile. Detroit is a straight war zone, really. Yeah, Detroit doesn't really have a. Detroit kind of sounds like Detroit. It kind of has that connotation to it. I can imagine that Detroit is a little treacherous. There's like some really great things that have come out of Detroit though. Like, you know, it being Motor City, like all the car shit, and then like Motown and shit like that. Really good shit. Really solid historical place. But yeah, Detroit, every time people talk about Detroit is like, yeah, I'm from Detroit. You might as well be saying like, I'm from Chicago, I'm from New York. You know what I mean? It kind of has that type of, it's like, man, I'm not playing, I'm from Detroit. Like, man, I'm not gonna let that happen, I'm from Detroit. Like that type of thing. Legit talking music-wise, it's a powerhouse. Oh yeah, I mean, birthed waves. And you wouldn't think though, it's like, but maybe there's a lot of pain in the city, so it kind of, I feel like pain makes the best music. So maybe it's the pain in the city, maybe there's a lot of coldness there and a lot of like coldness, like literally temperature and coldness of people, where it's just, that's why, I mean, Chicago is great for that. New York, yeah, all the really cities though, I don't, although Atlanta, I feel like, I don't know if there's a lot of pain there, but they make some good music too. But, and then California is just so vast. That New York is just so much different shit where I can imagine there'd be a lot of good and bad all around. But yeah, something about Detroit is special. That would be a good stream, like go see the Motown house, see 8 Mile, maybe like Niagara Falls, shit like that. Yeah, it'd be cool to, it's not a, Not a bad one. And I'm sure you could probably like get over there and the hotels would probably be affordable. Be right back. Yo, actually, speaking of Detroit, there's some bad. I heard some kind of bad news about Royce the 5'9", that he has some condition where it's like hard for him to essentially like speak, like some mouth pause condition that's like ironically like fucking him up. I kind of want to don't not get it wrong, so I'm gonna look it up and see if I can find it. But I heard that he has some condition. Royce the 5'9" condition. Okay, Royce the 5'9" is currently recovering. Okay, recovering is good from lingual dystonia, a neurological condition causing involuntary spasms in his tongue, pause, and face that made it difficult to speak and record music. He has been dealing with it for several years and is now almost through it. What the fuck? How are you almost through it? How does something like that just end? And back to recording. He has also been diagnosed with a genetic condition that causes slower processing of dopamine, which contributed to his symptoms. After years of misdiagnosis, he was diagnosed with lingual dystonia, a condition that involves an interruption in the nerve firing off in his tongue. Damn. So he can't like spit. That's crazy. That's sad because like Roy stuff, I always like, ever since I found out, oh, I got it. Fuck. Ever since I found out about Royce the 5'9", I was like, I could never look at Eminem the same. So I was like, oh, this is like, and it's not a shade to Eminem, but it was just like, oh, like I held Eminem to like this like such high regard, and it never lowered, but it just like opened my eyes. I was like, oh, there's more than one. You know what I'm saying? You know, Royce the 5'9" was always like a black Eminem to me, but not like that he was copying. It was just like, and not that Eminem is necessarily inspired by Royce, but it's like, okay, this is, I'm seeing Detroit more. Oh, I forgot about Big Sean too. Detroit. But Royce was just like, oh, like, it was kind of like Royce was like, I feel like in some ways Eminem was, they're both equally skilled. I feel like Eminem does have a slight, I don't know what the edge was at the time. Maybe he just had slightly more clever lines. Like, not even like they're clever, they're just like catchy, like work well for radio. Like, yeah, just catchy bars. I don't know how to explain it. Just like just slightly more comedic, which which maybe is more commercial and maybe a subject matter. But like, I remember listening to Royce the 5'9" Death is Certain album. I'm like, this is literally the same exact style as Eminem. It was like some Ken and Ryu type shit. Like they were the same, but just like different, like an alt version. Cause the same style, like the pop culture references, same cool flows, same rhyme schemes. Maybe Eminem a little bit more intricate with the rhyme schemes, like slight edge though. Like the difference of like Jadakiss and Styles P. Like I like them both, you know what I'm saying? But like Eminem being Jadakiss, Royce being Styles P. But like there's things you can appreciate about Styles P too, you know. But I was like, wow, it just made me look at Eminem a little bit different. He didn't seem as unique suddenly. I was like, oh, there's somebody that's just as good. And what I liked about Royce was that some people are gonna connect fully to Eminem. He's talking that shit. He's saying that shit exactly. And some people are gonna have a disconnect because he's not necessarily as relatable as maybe a Royce the 5'9", who's actually, because sometimes like hip hop is not just about rap. It's not about rap skills. It's not about how good you rhyme. It's not about that. It's kind of like about the things, the choices you choose, the things you choose to say. And sometimes you don't have to be that good of a rapper to be a dope rapper, because you're just, if you're able to just like speak about shit that like the people that hip hop was created for can relate to, you don't have to be that good of a lyricist or an MC. You could just say it with a certain feeling, and it's really just the actual words that you're choosing to say. Some people say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I think it's both. It's like, I think it's what you say, and if you happen to be able to say it better than the average person, then you're up here. But you could still say some dope shit and still be like here, and then like, whereas everybody else is still here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like what you actually say, like just some relatable shit that you would only know if you're like from the hood. Like that's like it's like the difference, you know. And I've always noticed that difference between like different. It's not even just like a white or black rapper thing, but just like it could be any culture. It's like the difference between like a Hispanic rapper and a black rapper. It's just slightly different. And then is the certain things that resonate that stand out. And it is not that one is right or wrong. It's just like sometimes the audience is just gonna gravitate to some more things. Like if you're a Mexican rapper and you talk about like Mexican shit, like other people might love it, but like the people that actually know it and it's like something like a callback to their childhood, it's just gonna hit a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something that not everybody might, as a whole, might not be able to like have experienced or whatever. So yeah, I forgot what the fuck we were talking about, but yeah, shout out Royce the 5'9". I was always rooting for him, because he was always dope to me. I would listen to that album back to back. Death is Certain. I suggest everybody go listen to Death is Certain. Really, really, really great album. Really, it's like 2000. I don't even know what year that is. Maybe 2004 or 5, maybe 3. Crazy album. I haven't listened to it since then, so I don't know how it still holds up. But I don't know how to explain it. It's like if you like Eminem, you will love Royce the 5'9". It is what it is. And if you fuck with Eminem, but like, I don't bump it, Royce the 5'9" is kind of like that missing link. And I wish that if they did an album right now, I don't know if it would be like world renowned, but I think they could win some Grammys, honestly. If like Clips can come back and win Grammys, if Killer Mike can win a Grammy, I think Royce and M would kill it right now. Just because their styles are complementary. And Royce is the original rapper on Renegade before Jay-Z, which is crazy. Some people like that version more. Oh, shit. This coffee tastes like ass today, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little disappointed. What's the deal with you, 2000 sit? Are you same old Friday night loading? Friday night. He was talking shit in the beginning. What was I gonna change this title to? I think I might change it to what was it? It's Never Enough? Something like that. It's never enough. Meaning like, it's never enough. I can never get enough sleep. It's never enough coffee. I can't get high enough. It's just never enough. There's like no limit. My tolerance is too high. I gotta like fix my tolerance. Never too much, never too. Oh, I should have said never too much. Never too. No, sometimes it is too much though. Unloading 2000 said, yeah, unloading way north in Ontario. Hell yeah. I don't even know how to say that word. Temiskaming Shores. Temiskaming Shores. See, that's how you know you're not in America, when you hear some shit like that. Although there's some places in like Massachusetts that you just never heard that word, but it's like phonetically at least like there's a place called Chicopee. And it's like, it just sounds like some shit that you wouldn't hear anywhere else. Sounds like the way I'm saying it. Temiskaming. I bet you it's like Temiskaming. Chickaby mass. Shut up, Chickaby mass. Holy oak mass. But not like holy oak, like an oak tree, but it's all one word. Holyoke. Holy oak. Holy oak. Quinnipiac. Shit like that. Hey, it doesn't matter how it's pronounced as long as they got that check. You know what I mean? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. What's the weather like over there? Is it cold as shit? I can imagine it's cold because it's colder here and it's cold on the East Coast in America. So I imagine it's like slightly colder. Can I pull up weather in on my Apple weather? Can I pull up Canada? Or I type in like I'll type in Ontario. Ontario, Canada. It is 61 degrees. That's like the same. It's like the same exact weather here as it is there. It's 61 and raining here. It's like the same exact temperature in Ontario that it is to me right now. "2000 said it's good as fuck. Check out where it is, bro." Shit. I've never been this far north. Ontario is like the size of 2 Texases. Wow. Is it mostly just like land out there though, or is it like condensed like city? 2 Texases is crazy. That's what I don't understand about Canada. Is it just like a lot of untapped land? Because it can't be that many people. I'm surprised more people just don't live there. Yeah, open land. That's cool. That's cool. Is land expensive to buy in Canada? Like, does somebody just like own all that shit so people aren't even buying that shit? Because it seems like that would be the move, but I guess people don't want to necessarily live where there's nothing either. 90% of all Canucks live within 150 miles of the U.S. border. Yeah, it's expensive as fuck. Okay, so somebody's got it on lock. Does France still own Canada like that? The French are like, nah, you must pay us the highest amount premium. So you're just like fluent in French, huh? Is that just kind of a common thing? Or is it more like yeah, because I feel like every Canadian that I hear talking is like fluent in French. And I thought it was kind of like how like a lot of people in America like kind of just are exposed to Spanish and take a lot of Spanish classes and kind of can like say some shit. But it seems like people in French can like really speak fluent French. Whereas a lot of people here, they can like be like, "Como está? Me llamo Kyle," but like not really like have a full conversation. I am, most are not. Okay. Interesting. So is it a choice? Is it like a lifestyle thing? Like, how did you get fluent? Is it like your family teaches you early? How do you become fluent? Do you have to go out of your way, like school and shit? Is it something you can like kind of like passively learn? How do you become fluent in French in Canada and modern world? Because most people aren't fluent in Spanish here, but school taught us when we were younger. But fluent is crazy though. It must be slightly different than America because a lot of people learn early here, and French too, but mostly Spanish. But people still aren't fluent. They can say, Chappelle and all that shit, but like not like a whole fluent fast. Fluent is like you can speak it fast and understand it. Have to take 7 years of French. Okay, interesting. I don't even think that's that different than here, honestly. I think maybe we just don't care. Like, cause I definitely took like in high school. I probably only took like 2 years of Spanish in high school. I took Latin 1 year, which was dumb. And I took like another year of Spanish in college, so that's like 3. And then middle school, elementary, there was no Spanish, but a lot of people did have French and Spanish in middle school. We just didn't. And those people are not fluent at all still. So it probably equal about 7. Oh, you can actually opt out. Oh, okay. Look, fluent is crazy though. Like I don't see how you could really be fluent unless it's just like the way that the classes are structured, where it's just like all French. Cause like to teach, I don't know. Definitely not fluent in Spanish. Could I have like a basic, simple conversation? It would be limited. It really would be limited. And there would be so much shit I couldn't understand, especially if you're talking fast. So that's dope though. I'm glad that Canada emphasizes, learning languages like that, prioritizes. Does it come in handy, knowing French? Is it like something you use to like talk shit about people so they don't know what you're talking about? Is it like a thing where it's like, oh, okay, you're on my level? Or is it just kind of like, this is this skill that I have that I don't really use that often, but I'm glad I do, just in case I want to go to France or, I don't know, watch old French films or something. Is it valuable? Because I imagine there aren't people that only speak French in Canada. I mean, I'm sure in some parts, like how there's people that only speak Spanish here, if you go to the right place, I guess. So, nah, he said only in Quebec or near the border. Other than that, useless. Interesting. I wouldn't say useless. I feel like being able to speak French is kind of like, maybe it's not as special in Canada because it's kind of semi-common, but like I feel like if you're in America, it'd be like, oh, you speak French? That's fire. It just sounds cool to us. You know what I mean? Seems like going to France would be like kind of like, all right, might as well. Might as well. Comment allez-vous? Oui, oui. Oh. You ever watch, this is random, but you ever watch The Little Mermaid? That one scene where there's like the French chef and he's like trying to like cook up Sebastian the crab. And yeah, great scene. It's called Poisson. Or Le Poisson. I want to play that scene. That's a great scene, but I don't want to copyright. That shit is definitely getting copyrighted. That's Disney. That's like my first time ever hearing anything French is that as like a 5-year-old kid. Yeah. I do want to see the Eiffel Tower though. A Europe trip is definitely would be cool. Especially since you can just like bounce around and go to all the different places easily. Where you do the Italy, France, London, and I don't know where else you might bounce around to, but you know. That's what's up. You see how cheap it is to go to Spain right now? No. Why is that? Oh, Spain would be another one you could go to, yeah. 500 round trip from the East Coast. Why? That sounds dangerous. They went from canceling all these flights to $500. Why Spain specifically? Why is it so cheap? You might as well and then go everywhere else. Interesting. I didn't see that. That sounds like a good idea. That's probably like my sister likes to travel. My boy Gerard likes to like travel, so he's probably like catching little deals like that that are like, damn, might as well. How can you turn this down? Put it on a credit card, pay it off over time or something, or 500s, whatever. But there was a thing earlier this year that I didn't take advantage of, what I wish I would have. There was like a thing on Frontier Airlines, which is obviously no one wants to fly Frontier, but it was like $385 or something, or 400 or something, and you can like, there's like unlimited flights all year. Obviously, it's probably gonna be like the, middle seats and standby and all this shit, but just to be able to catch a free last minute flight is crazy. Might as well fly to Vegas. Fuck it. If Frontier even goes to Vegas. This fucking coffee tastes disgusting. I'm really disappointed. This is the worst I've had. Well, that happens sometimes when you like do it something too much, then you eventually get a bad batch. Or maybe it's like the liquid sugar. Maybe I should have said no liquid sugar. I just did regular. It's something weird that I did. There's something that's off about it. Something that's off about the cough. Dunkin', no. It's the fact that you know what Dunkin' is crazy. It's actually McDonald's. They're supposed to have good ass coffee, but that's way too late for Dunkin'. I don't think any Dunkin' is open this late around here. Maybe in Vegas you might see that. McDonald's has, that's what I'm saying. That's why I got it. I went out of my way. I paid the premium for it, and it tastes disgusting right now. I think they did some liquid sugar shit that doesn't taste good. I'm not sure, but I swear I just did what I usually do, and they let me down. Fun fact, says 2000 Sit. McDonald's now uses Tim Hortons' old coffee supplier. So they changed their coffee. So is it supposed to be better? Yeah, I might have just got a bad late night batch. Something tastes weird. It's like they put like a little bit of the wrong syrup. I don't know, it just tastes funny. It doesn't taste how it's supposed to taste. It's cool though, it's working though. It's definitely making me bounce off the walls. Definitely. Definitely. That's why it's so good. Not this one, I know. But in general, yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, usually that's the only reason I got it. Like otherwise I would have just tried to not do this, but you know, it is what it is. Yo, it's one of those, man, I'm almost back on Twitch. It's so crazy. It's not gonna really change much. It's gonna be the same exact show, except I'm just gonna be on Twitch. And there might be a couple of Twitch people, but it's always when you're closest to it, that's when it seems the furthest away. It's like 3 days. That seems like it's like 30 days again in my mind. But tomorrow, seeing that 2 is gonna be like, oh shit. Seeing that 1 the next day is gonna be like, oh fuck. All right. Looks like I'm stuck here for the night. Is stacking ice quick. Oh, is that a thing? So, wait, what does that mean? I thought it was 61 degrees. How is there ice? It's 61 and there's freezing rain. How's that even possible? How could there be freezing rain when it's 61 degrees? Did I read that wrong? Or was it like Celsius or something that I was reading? Hold on, we gotta look back at this. Because I looked up Ontario, Canada. Oh, but maybe when it's up north, it's colder. Yeah, it says 62. So it's, oh, okay. So he said it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit here, but it's because you're maybe near the water or something. Oh, wow. Oh. Wow. Sorry. Yes, you are right. I saw the CA. Yes. Okay. 38 degrees. Yep. Yep. My bad. Thank you for clearing that up. Because I was like, damn, how is it the same weather here as it is there? I'm like, it's raining and everything. How's that possible? Yeah. Okay. That's a little different. Thank you for clearing that up. Sometimes when I'm on stream and I'm not fully paying attention. Thank you for clearing that up. That's Callie. Thank you. All right. So rewind. That didn't just happen.
Embarrassing.
So you said, looks like I'm stuck here for the night. Is stacking ice quick. Freezing rain. So, okay, so that's good. So in the trucking world, they're like, no. You can't. Is that your choice or is that like policy or how does that work? Could you leave if you wanted to? And he said, we have nice weather out here. I guess in comparison, yes, we do. Yes, we do. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It's been raining. It's going to rain for a week here, but yeah. In comparison, I'll take that. Take that. So again, do they make you wait or is that your choice for your own safety? My choice. He says, my choice. I got a family at home I'm going to see again. No, I feel you. That's smart. I wasn't sure. So does that impact... So they said they leave that stuff up to us. That's good. That's good. That's cool. So does it impact anything or is there any like penalty for not doing it then, or is there any incentive for doing it, or is it just if it comes in a little late, you just chalk it up to weather and it's just understood, especially with maybe poorer conditions commonly? How does that work? Because is it ever like, yo, if you just come, we'll give you like an extra $2,000 or something. We need this. He said, nah, in the summer for sure there is. Winter time, it's an understood thing. Okay. That's good. That's great, actually. That's great. Safety first. Does Canada have snow days where like it snows so bad where kids don't have to go to school? Is that a thing? And I'm sure that's like saying, does America have? I know it's its own country, but. Oh, hell yeah. Alberta has cold days. Damn, where it's too cold to go out. Not even the snow. It's just too cold for kids. That's crazy. Yeah, we never had a cold day. Although maybe like once it was like, okay, yeah, it's like below, stay home type shit. He said it gets to negative 40 out there. That's crazy. That's crazy. 40 plus 40 degrees is cold. So negative 40, it's like unfathomable. Damn, imagine being like poor and like not having heat and it's negative 40 outside. How do you even do that? That's tough. Imagine being homeless and it gets to negative 40. Is there a lot of homeless people in Canada? I feel like I've never heard that sentence before. Homeless Canadian. Obviously there has to be people, but is it a thing? Because here it's a fucking problem. I would say the best place to be homeless in America is Miami. The homelessness is different there. There's just people sleeping outside. It's a little different. People are just like casually just like, just chilling on outside of like a club that's like shut down. They're just like chilling on like the bench out there, just chilling. Warm as fuck. 2006 said there's a lot more homeless people since COVID. A lot more? So COVID fucked everybody up in Canada. Damn. But yeah, always had a few. Interesting. Is it true that there's like no crime in Canada? Like do people like leave their door? I heard people leave their doors unlocked. And I've seen that in America. In certain like nice neighborhoods, people live, not like maybe not at night, but like during the day, people just like have their door unlocked. And that always fucked me up. Like I'll go over like my friend's house that lives in like a nicer part. And we'll just like arrive at his house, the door's already unlocked. I'm like, damn, you didn't have to put the key in? What the fuck is this? And I've heard Canada is similar. And it's hard to believe like that there can be a place that doesn't have crime. I don't lock my door at home ever. What the fuck? Hey, that's probably not something you should say. No, I'm just kidding. What the fuck are you talking about? You know, how is there no crime? I don't understand how could there be no crime. So when I think of no crime, I think that there's no poverty, but then how could there still be homeless people, you know? So it's just like polite homeless, prideful homeless people that don't steal. How is there no crime? I don't understand like how that's a thing. Like that means that we're fucked up people here. Obviously, like probably most people could probably leave their front door unlocked, and the chances are most people it wouldn't be a problem. But like the fact that you like feel confident in saying that is crazy. We could never. There's crime for sure, but home invasion crime isn't a thing. Gotcha. I wonder what that is. Maybe it's just like a certain like understood respect of like a person's home or something like that. That's like it's like an actual problem here in LA. But mostly like if you're like living like they're gonna target obviously like nicer neighborhoods for that type of thing. That's weird. Like the fact you said that so confidently. Yeah, I never like my. You said I have a family waiting for me at home, just a couple minutes ago, and in the same token, I'd never lock my door. You wouldn't. You're not gonna hear that here. You're not gonna hear that in America. You won't. That wouldn't even make sense. It'd almost be like, yeah, I don't lock my door because I don't give a fuck about my life. You know what I'm saying? But there, it's like, It just seems like it's practical. You have a lock on your door. Why would you not lock it? It's like it's so like muscle memory for us here. It's like, oh, you come in, you lock the door behind you. But I mean, I guess the advantages of you can't really get locked out or whatever. That's wild though. It just seems like that would go hand in hand with safety, but it must be nice. It really must be nice. Damn. Ever lose your keys, such a pain. No, that's what I'm saying. We have a certain level of anxiety built into us here of doing shit like that, of losing your keys, things like that. My parents have a little beep, beep, beep on their front door, so it's kind of like it is what it is, not a big deal, but yeah. It's like I have to like consciously do the little pat down to have my keys. And he said neighbors around here will be the first ones to step up if something goes sideways. Interesting. So it's just like a little code of a community code of understanding. That makes sense. I feel like in Japan or something, or in certain countries, it's probably similar, but I don't know. Where it's just people it's not in their culture to steal or whatever. It's different. It's interesting. I was kind of like an open door. I remember in my dorm, I feel like I used to like leave my dorm door unlocked, just like on some like whatever shit. And then I remember I had a roommate when I was in LA dorm, and he's from New York, and he was like, "Yo, you don't lock the door?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just don't want to get locked out." But he's like, "I'm from New York," like, you know what I'm saying? He just couldn't fathom why I was leaving the door unlocked. But I mean, for me, I was just being like naive. But he said 2006 said, "Heck yeah, you got to go to certain parts of Canada. Cats will steal your tire and rims right at the stoplight, like a NASCAR pit crew." That's crazy. That's a funny meme. That's actually funny. That'd be a funny skit. Write that down. Create that skit. That's actually funny. Nah, but that's interesting though. That's and I'm sure like if somebody does break into your house, you could probably shoot the fuck out of them in Canada and get away with that shit. You could do that in a lot of places here. If someone breaks into your house, especially if they like enter your bedroom and you kill them, you can kill them. Oh, you can't kill somebody if they break into your house? Yeah. You should be able to. But I guess at that point it's your own fault. It's like, well, you should have locked the door, buddy. Should have locked the door. See, one guy got charged for attempted murder because someone broke into his house. I'm not saying you can do it in every state and in every situation. Like, you can still get in trouble, but like, in certain states, if someone comes into your bedroom, you can kill them, and it's a thing. In some states, it's just if someone comes into your house, period. Now the self-defense law here is you can only answer with the force applied. Damn, I would be like, yo, yeah, damn, that's a tricky one. That'd be tricky for some people to kind of navigate that world, but in a world where it's like rarely happening, I guess you kind of have a little peace of mind that you'll probably be all right. So if you shoot someone who is carrying a baseball bat, you're in the wrong. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Even if they break into your house and are intimidating you with a weapon at 3 in the morning, if I shoot them, I'll get in trouble. An attempted murder. You don't think the judge would be like, all right, yeah, technically, but I'm going to let you slide a little bit because, come on. Even then, damn, so the super fair judges is not, that's a tricky one. At that point, I'm locking my door. I'm just going to lock the door. That's interesting though. Hey, I mean, I get it though. I mean, I do think that in America we go to guns way too quick. I think a gun should be literally the last resort. Like, we go to guns way too quick. But it's like you kind of have to, because if you don't, someone else will. So, you know, it is what it is. We're kind of fucked for that reason. It's yeah. We're fucked in that way where it's already too late. There's so many guns. There's more guns than people. Even then, rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Exactly. Yeah. 2006 said, yes, I agree, way too quick. He said, we need to learn to scrap again. Right, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, everywhere you go, New York, although the only thing that's kind of saving it is because in the two worst places, well, maybe not the worst places, I feel like down south is a whole different level of people getting shot, but they have way different laws. Like Cali and New York, like you cannot be caught with a gun in New York. You're going to jail for 10 years just for having the gun, 5 to 10 years just for having the gun. Same in California. They make it so hard to get these carry permits where it's just like you're gonna go to jail. Like, but people still have a ton of guns though. So it's like in California, you're kind of almost forced to you just gotta take that risk. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. 2007, men need to learn to say, hey, I was wrong and I got checked. Dudes want to carry beefs forever. And sometimes, yeah, it's fucked up. Sometimes the beef is that someone's already killed somebody or shot somebody, so it's kind of, that eye for an eye mentality. It sucks. It sucks. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people in America. I don't know. I don't understand how you could be like born in the 90s or 2000s and just, I don't know how you transition from being a kid to like somebody that shoots and kills people. That, it blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes maybe you see some trauma really early as a kid and it kind of like shapes how you navigate life with people and everything like that. But to me, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. 2007, and these cats wilding out over the ladies. Ain't no lady gonna make me go to that crazy. I wind up in jail. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. No, it is crazy that a lot of that is you're so right. A lot of beefs between men are over something like that, or over. It's usually over some relationship shit. You're absolutely right about that. That's the worst part. It usually is something like that. Like most of urban beefs are about some relationship shit. That's crazy. That is insane. People throw their life away over, yeah, over another person that doesn't give a fuck about. Yeah, it's usually some shit like that. It's usually not much of anything else. Money sometimes, but it's usually about a relationship thing. You're 1,000% right about that. Like he said, 3 billion ladies in the world and cats be stressing about one. You're right. No, it's fucked up. Sometimes it's a little complicated though, because it's like, but it's still not right. But sometimes it's like, okay, maybe it's not like a random, but like maybe like it's like this. You might have, maybe you had like you were in a relationship with somebody, and then maybe you had a kid, and then somebody crosses the line like that. But it's still not worth it. Still not worth it. But sometimes it's a little bit deeper. But yeah, people are beefing over it. That's usually the biggest one. It's either that, money, or, and the newest thing is people are beefing over like just general disrespect. Oh, you dissed me on IG. Now I gotta, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy. Like social media should be the last thing that should, but people justify things. People justify things. But yeah, most beefs between men are over a female. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because otherwise, guys just kind of get along. You know what I mean? You'd have to like steal from somebody or like. That's like the only other thing I could think of. You know what I mean? He said, "Not 2000 said not for real. Love makes people do wild stuff, but shouldn't stop thinking about the long game." Yeah, we get. I mean, love is a complex emotion though. It makes you do irrational things, good and bad. You know. It is sad though, but it's like this one of the strongest emotions. So it's kind of like you can't even really control it. It's kind of an involuntary emotion, you know. But yeah, people don't think. I don't understand. But I make dumb decisions too, so I can't. It's like, am I thinking when I make a dumb decision? No. I sometimes you just don't even doesn't even make sense, but you just do some dumb shit without thinking, just in the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Yeah, I don't know, man. People People take chances, and sometimes people just don't know. And you know, a lot of times people are just young, so it's like they just don't even have a point of reference to even. It's easy to say now when we're upper in age, but like when you're 19, what's your point of reference? Your point of reference is being a kid. You know, 2 years ago you're a child. You're still a child really at 19, but so it's like I don't know. It's almost like, what do you expect of somebody that literally was just a kid? That you can't expect them to know anything. 2000 said, that's fair, the youngins don't know what to do. Yeah, and I think it's, I don't know, some people change the, or blame the generation before, you know, for a lack of guidance. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck happened. I feel like parents were really, but I mean, shit's been happening for the longest time, but it just, they're definitely, Gen Z is definitely on some other shit. Like, as a whole, you know? It used to be like, millennials, like, there'd be like people that are fucked up, but it was a very small percentage. Like, you know, and then that generation before that, even less. And now it's like 50-50 with the Gen Z shit. It's like 50-50. It's almost like culture to be toxic and chaotic, reckless. Technology, yeah. Maybe the parents are distracted with technology, so they're not parenting as much. And kids have access to technology that show them examples of like, okay, I saw a video where a dude was talking shit about this, and the other dude pulled out a gun and shot him. And it's like, they might be like, okay, that's too far, but I might knock him out, you know what I'm saying? Or, which then could lead to further violence about something else, you know? So I don't know. 2000 said, look at our generation. We never got cell phones till our teens. Right. You're right. Yeah, we were damn near. It was like the perfect time almost, you know? Still young. But yeah, I think I got my first cell phone when I was like 14. Like 8th grade. Or no, I mean like 9th grade. Some shit like that. And it was more like, it wasn't like till like, it wasn't a smartphone. It was just so I could call my parents after school and tell them to pick me up after practice or whatever, instead of using like the payphone. So yeah, it wasn't the same device. Now it's a fucking computer, TV in our pocket. Yeah, hell yeah, I had a flip phone. Mine didn't even flip. It was just a Nokia joint. It didn't even flip. It was a brick. I had this phone right here. I had the
baby girl.
I had the I had this joint. That was my first phone. One of the first ones I had, at least. Baby girl. He said, 2000 said, yeah, oh gee, is Singular still around? I think Singular turned into AT&T, or they merged with AT&T, which I do have AT&T now, but yeah, Singular is AT&T. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of other ones. There was like OmniPoint, Singular, I forgot all the old ones. Even, wasn't there another one that doesn't exist anymore, like, that was more recently, but they just don't have it anymore? Like, I forgot now. Singular was cool because they had the rollover minutes. That was a cool concept. Now everybody has unlimited, but old cell phone companies. Baby girl. Oh yeah. Singular. I remember Sprint. Sprint was definitely a thing. And there's no more Sprint. Nextel, that was short-lived. I don't remember any of these other ones. Verizon, they still have T-Mobile. Obviously, AT&T. Let's see. Air Voice, never heard of it. Total Call, maybe heard of that. AT&T, Alltel, that sounds kind of familiar. Ready Mobile PCS, that sounds kind of familiar. But maybe that's Metro PCS. Mobile, Extreme Mobile, T-Mobile, PowerLink, Boost. They still have that. Track phone. Wow, that was a thing. SafeLink, Bravo. This is a trippy part about fucking technology now is you can highlight text and pictures. Like, man, it saves so much time. Bravo, Tigo, Cricket. They still have Simple Mobile, Movida. I don't remember a lot of these. Virgin Mobile. Do they still have that? I don't know if they still have that. If you have a Virgin Mobile as your phone plan, that's crazy. Oh, wait, is there still Sprint? Oh, yeah, there is still Sprint. I'm tripping. What am I talking about? They still have Sprint, I think. Who has Sprint Mobile? Is that, can you hear me now? Oh, no, there's no more Sprint Mobile. Okay. So they merged with T-Mobile. Okay. Oh, singular. Wait, which one? What was Verizon? Oh, can you hear me now? Oh, you know what happened? The original. So that's what actually happened. Can you hear me now? Is Verizon, but then the Verizon guy switched to Sprint. He switched companies. That guy with the glasses. That was an epic commercial. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. Back when you couldn't even get cell phone coverage, now it's like, do I have 5G wireless? Remember when everyone was scared of 5G? They thought the world was going to end? When 5G came out, when 4G was enough? Now 5G is just our standard fucking shit. Yeah, that was a thing. It was a whole thing. He was wearing red and then he was wearing yellow all of a sudden. I don't know how he was able to do that shit. Remember the dude from the Dell commercial? Dude, we're getting a Dell or some shit like that. That was like my childhood. I don't even know if they still make Dell computers. No, they have to. They have to. Sometimes you gotta switch it up and go to the other company. And then Sprint merges with T-Mobile. I remember T-Mobile was like the lower brand, and now like people really fuck with T-Mobile, and it's better for like streaming and shit. Justin Long, wasn't it? Or was that Apple? Yeah, I think Justin Long was Apple. This is the Dell guy was, I almost thought it was like, dude, we're getting a Dell. I think this guy is an actor, though.
You're getting a Dell. Hey, I'm Ben Curtis. I'm an...
Hold on, let's find an actual commercial.
Hello, Mrs. Lindsay. William?
Hello, Stephen.
You're not by any chance computer shopping, are you?
Mm-hmm. If I can get some help.
Well, right now, you can get a complete Dell system with an Intel Pentium 3 processor, plus all of this for just $7.99.
Really?
Intel Pentium 3? You couldn't even fucking run YouTube off that nowadays. That's crazy.
She's intrigued. Excellent. Because right now, you can get free shipping. Unbelievable. And as far as service and support, Dell's won more awards than any other PC company in the last 5 years. It's real easy. Just call or go online. Tell them what you want, and right to your front door comes America's favorite PC.
Thanks, Stephen.
Now you can get a Dell desktop with an Intel Pentium 3 processor and 6 months of America Online Internet.
$7.99. You can get a... Oh my God.
Service for just $7.99. Call or go online today, and shipping is free. There's great deals on notebooks, too.
Dude. What?
$99. Call or go online today, and shipping is free.
That laptop cost $1,000 for that? I do remember when laptops were like yeah, that was like a thing. That's insane.
Great deals on...
I just can't even believe that this was the price in 2001. Like, I would have been, it just seems so unattainable.
Notebooks, too.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
Easy to buy, easy to own, easy as Dell.
Something happened with, I guess I never realized the technology bubble, because literally you could, for the $1,000 that this bullshit ass laptop cost, hold on. That's the same price as a couple years ago as the M1 MacBook Air, which is like 1,000,000 times faster and better than this computer. That's crazy. That's weird that technology did that. I was expecting the price to be like $4.99 maybe for the desktop, and for a laptop I would have thought like maybe $6.99, something like that. But I forgot that laptops used to be way more expensive than desktop computers. Now it's kind of like the other way around. Whoa, that guy is a Jeff Spicoli wannabe. That's actually funny. My friend Tommy K gets compared to Spicoli. This is my homie. He's been on the stream. This is the homie. Do 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 do. I wish I had his acting reel.
About, why do you dance with a man for a change? You beat me, you walk.
Can't really hear him talk, but that's the homie. Shout out Tommy K though. Shout out Tommy K. Shout out Tommy K.
Who the hell is this?
Heard you were a pimp, likes to tune up his girls. Came here and caught you pandering a minor.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, shout out Tommy. I was actually saying earlier that I gotta get him on stream because he's apparently moving away from. Oh, this is a cool scene too. Well, shout out Tommy. This was The Rookie on ABC. He actually did the shit.
Knock it off.
Little stunt stuff. You got this?
Yes, sir. Doug, Will, come on. Knock it off. I said knock it off now. Doug?
Okay.
Doug, are you okay?
Yeah. But my neck kind of hurts.
Don't touch that.
Goo.
Yeah. Shout out my boy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah. But yeah, that was always his, like, he would always get like compared to like a young Sean Penn. Oh my bad. Ty said T-Mobile wasn't lower of the bunch. I had T-Mobile from day one. No, I had it too, but it definitely for me it was lower. People would always, because it was always like Verizon was up here, AT&T. I think because it was newer. It was kind of like had the Hyundai effect at the time. Like where it was just like unfamiliar brand. I had T-Mobile for years, like for my whole life really, until like maybe 2015. Now is you know, at the time it was like how Hyundai was. Like Hyundai were like Hyundai, and now everybody has a fucking Hyundai. And they've improved. It was probably like right. I just remember the coverage wasn't always as. They just put Verizon on such a fucking pedestal at the time, and now Verizon is ass. Verizon is like the lowest one now, low key. Maybe not the lowest, but to me, I don't know. I think at the time though, we're talking about a different time. Like Verizon was the top as far as because they had the top coverage. I think it depends on where you are. I think it was like Verizon was just like universally like just. I'm talking like from like back in the day. I'm like talking like 2000. Like we had T-Mobile back when it was like OmniPoint and shit. And yeah, it was just more of a connotation. I feel like it was always T-Mobile versus AT&T. Sprint was ass, but they had the chirp phones. Yeah, I just remember AT&T. It was just like, it wasn't that, it's not like a matter of like which one was better. It was just like the public perception. And then like the reason I switched from AT&T, I mean, I switched from T-Mobile is that they just weren't getting the phones. Like there was no iPhone on T-Mobile, so I switched to AT&T just to get the iPhone. It was just like dumb shit like that. It was like the service might have been good, but it was like little shit that you just couldn't do. But it was always cheaper though. That was the thing. That was just cheaper. I had the Sidekick from day one, 2001. Yeah, I always wanted a Sidekick. That was like, man. That was so crazy. It was like that Sidekick era right before iPhone was like everything. And then iPhone just came in to me and just like kind of like stole the show, and everyone was like, you know, like the Sidekick had a great run. It was like Razor was like, oh, Razor, oh shit, okay, this thin phone, Razor, and then the Sidekick was like, fuck, buttons, what the fuck, and then you could like do shit. I remember my boy like in 2006, I remember him like texting me from on the plane on his Sidekick, and I was like, how the fuck do you do that? He was like, I can just do it, and I just remember being so blown away by that. The Sidekick was definitely the move. If you had a Sidekick, you definitely had motion back in the day, because you couldn't just get the Sidekick. Like you had to like, then you had to buy like a separate like data or something for that. There was something different about that. And the BlackBerry too had a cool wave, but I was never really into the BlackBerry. But if you had a BlackBerry, you were popping. If you had a Sidekick, you were popping. If you had a Razor, if you had the first early Razor, you were popping. But then they made it so fucking popular that it just became cliche. Like when they started making like the pink Razor and shit, it was like, okay, this bubble is popped. I had a Razor phone for way too long. But I still, actually a really good phone though, I'm not gonna lie. But the Sidekick was different. The Sidekick was a little flip out screen. Or no, it was a slide up screen. That shit was crazy. What a great phone. Unmatched. They still should bring buttons back to the phone. All right, 2000 Sit, you requested a video. So last time, technically, that video did have a copyright, but it I didn't get like fucked over for it. But it did strike my channel, but it wasn't bad though. So this person allows remixes, so I'm assuming that it's not gonna fuck me over. So we can play this one. Hold up. Ty said, separate data plan. I had a friend who worked for T-Mobile. He would call me and tell me the new phones that were coming out. He dropped it off at my house. And you had Nokias before that. Remember Ericsson phones? When that was a thing? Yeah, Nokias were the shit. That was a time where everybody had a different phone. That's such a lost thing that will never happen again, where everybody had a completely different phone. You had Ericsson, a Nokia, a Sony, the Sidekick, a Motorola. Remember when Motorola was making... Who made the Sidekick? Is Sidekick Motorola? Remember when Motorola was like the top phone you could get? That's the original cell phone, is a big-ass brick Motorola. I can't believe how that just phased out. They even tried to bring the Razor back. When your substitute is a YN. That's funny. When I was a teacher, I was a YN. I don't know why. Oh, my bad, don't click. I imagine same idea for this guy. No, it's all good. I think this one is okay. And I don't think he's publishing it on DSPs. I don't see anything that would show that. What's his name? JDK Animator? Whatever, it's fine. This should be cool. All right, let's play this one real quick. Might as well.
They don't think a nigga ain't educated. Like I ain't go to school with the work on me. Like I can't spell extendo backwards if I wanted to. Man, this that real curriculum.
A is for ammo, I keep it on deck. B is for bitch, better come with respect. C is for chopper, it clear out of set. D is for dirty, no gloves when I step. E is for empty, the clip, not my check. F is for feds, I don't answer no text. G is for grimy, I slide with finesse. H is for hoes, I rotate them like reps. I is for icy, my chain like a threat. J is for jug, I finesse and forget. K is for kush, got me high as a jet. L is for lick, if it's sweet, I collect. M is for mob, I don't move with no guests. N is for Nina, she stay by my chest. O is for ops that get pressed and get left. P is for pole, what I tuck in my sweats. Q is for quiet, we slide with finesse. R is for Rex, got it stuffed in my steps. S is for slide in the whip with no plates. T is for trap, where I learned all the plays. U is for up, I been real from the gate. V is for vultures, we eat off the fake. W for warrants, I still beat the case. X is for Zans, got me stuck in one place. Y is for yanking the stick off my waist. Z is for zips, I got pounds in the safe. 1 for the drum, I don't play in no band. 2 for the stick that I keep in my hand. 3 for the whips when we slid on they man. 4 for the hoes that be scheming on scams. 5 for the packs that I stuffed in the van. 6 for the licks that I hit out of town.
Town doesn't rhyme.
ABCs and I keep that SK. You can learn these streets, better know it the YN way. Glock with the beam, that's just how we spell the day. I count my 1, 2, 3s while I make that play. A for the aim, B for the bang, C for the case that nobody claim, D for the dead, E for the end. You faked in the grave, we putting you in. H is for heart, colder than ice. This K giving L's, better get it right.
That's actually hard. That's actually hard, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually hard. That reminds me of when Young Thug, Aiden, the freestyle. That was actually crazy. People were trying to like low-key clown Thug for this, but it was like, I was very impressed that he just did this off the top of his head. I don't know if I'm gonna get, hopefully I don't get fucked for this.
Do alphabets. Like A,
incredible.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, Y, Z, I fucked up. W, Y, X, Z?
W, X, Y, Z.
W, X, and Y, Z.
Yeah.
I still can't get over that this is a set that they rebuilt Aiden's room like this. Even like how the camera work is, it's like the same camera. I don't know how they did that shit.
Well, which beat you want?
Play 'em.
Wait, do you want a gnome beat?
Please don't.
That soda. It don't matter what. It don't matter any beat.
Okay, let's find a good beat. Chat, who's got a good beat?
This is incredible. Off the top of his head.
Let's see.
Aiden say you like this?
I like this one.
Cause you gotta imagine it's like he's really doing this, like just as impromptu. Like this is talent.
Okay.
And it's not like he's just saying, hey, hip, hey, da-da-da. Like how he's doing it in the pocket he caught is crazy.
You say you like this one?
I know, I feel you, Ty, but I hate doing that because it puts it in it puts it in my videos instead of live section, so it just brings too much attention to like something. But I feel you though. It's just I deal with it. I've been appealing so many copyright strikes. They usually go through. I've had ones where I didn't think we were gonna go through, and they still go through. I don't know, but and then some that you think is gonna. It usually doesn't affect me too bad, but it's like just blocked in certain countries. So I'm hoping this one will be fine. But appreciate it.
Hey, I went to the mall and bought the car inside the mall. B, I stand tall in that pussy. I think she too small. C, fuck a hashtag. I been in my whole bag. D, I'm a dog ass nigga and a rich dad. E, every time I take X, I say fuck my ex. F, you know what I'm saying? And it's all G. I'm a gangster. I hold grudges and I don't have a budget. She a hot money, beach towel, Dior Huggies. Insecure ass niggas, she think you a maybe, J. I'm a rich junkie, and I hang got with Katie, L. Pink limb, pink lambs, and a pink bird, M. Tell the police you ain't when you know your worth, M. Big money, big Mercedes, it came with the curtains. I'm a better, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm Mr. Alphabets.
Where you at, M or N? N.
And it's like you could call it whatever, but the fact that he's Young Thug and he's doing this impromptu on street, he doesn't have to do this shit. Like it's like you're seeing him like write a song, like how he would write a song, like just embracing it is crazy. I don't know. I'm impressed. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I'm original. My cops no longer plentiful. P, I'm a P, okay, but I can't leave them critical. Q, she a queen. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the alphabets, man.
M, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. R.
Rich Rollin. Who made this beat?
name is Dino.
Oh, so this that's a person.
Young Thug type.
Shout out to boy Dino, man. Young Thug type beat. How y'all find it? Oh, you just type it in?
Uh-huh.
Shout out to boy Dino.
Nah, if people knew how hard that shit was, it's not as easy as it might seem. But but imagine watching that shit live and you're like, is Thug gonna do it? He's not gonna do the shit, and he just like jumped in. That's fire. I don't give a fuck. It's impressive. Yeah. No, I luckily I haven't. I've only had to do one video where I had to like take it down and re-edit it because I leaked something. But luckily I haven't had to do that too much. I've gotten lucky with the music, the copyright shit so far. But you never know. It's gonna be some random one where I'm like, fuck. Like they try to take down the 50 Cent one. Like, but really it wasn't even that bad. It just blocked in certain countries. And they're usually pretty good as long as you don't play like the whole song without stopping it or like interrupting it, or like talking on top of it. But yeah, crazy. No, that's fire though. That's that alphabetical shit reminds me of Papoose, like that alphabetical slaughter or whatever. And then he like did it backwards. I remember hearing that for the first time and being like, what the fuck? It was like right when I first started rapping too, and it's like, damn, like how am I supposed to compete with this guy? Papoose. Shout out Papoose. Some people are just like rappers. That's like what they're made to do. You know what I'm saying? They just, the way their brain works is just different. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid some people are just on a different level for real. You know, it's just like some people just live and breathe it. You know what I'm saying? Like just like they just relate it to everything. Like I feel like I can rap really well, but it's not even a but. I feel like I can rap really well. Should I say but like I'm just interested in just more than that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I understand it on a high level and can execute on a high level, but I get distracted because I'm into more than that. Some people are just into rap, like just that's what they just love. Eat shit and breathe rap. Everything is a rap. Everything is a potential song. Like people that record like 5 songs and like NBA YoungBoy, like I believe he just is into that music. He just loves to do that shit. Like they're saying, he's like going in. Like if you go to the studio and record 5 songs, like you are a different type of breed. Like I'm like I'll record 1 song and like sit on that shit and like listen to it forever. Just to be able to do that is kind of like a different type of obsession. And maybe when you're really good at something, you like are obsessed with that instant gratification of it, of creating something from nothing. But yeah, like people like Eminem, though I do feel like I kind of understand Eminem, and that was kind of how I was trained under that style of Eminem. But like people like that, where it's just like the care they put into it is like different. Some people are just on that level, like people like a Kendrick, Drake, like the way they think about it. People that just turn out songs just easily. Some people are literally made to make music. It's like the tone of their voice. Some people just sound like they're rapping when they talk. Like you ever hear like Busta Rhymes? Like he just. I was watching a Busta Rhymes interview, and I always watch my interviews on like a faster speed than what it is, so I can get through it quicker. And I'm like playing a Busta Rhymes interview on like 4 times speed. It's like he's just talking, but it just sounds like he's rapping. Just the tone of his voice and the cadence that he speaks in. It's like some people just made to rap. Like Nas's voice, he just sounds like a rapper. I remember when Nas had like Jadakiss. Like how is that not like a rap? You have to rap with that voice. You have to. Some people just their accent. You just have to rap. You just sound like a rapper. Like their accent just is like people just you could just be talking regular and people just like how it sounds when you say shit, like the slang that you put together, or like how you piece together your words. But Papoose is definitely one of them rapping ass dudes though, like respectfully, more than respectfully, gracefully. Cassidy is another rapping ass dude. The way his voice sounds is exactly how he raps. There's no difference between his talking cadence and his rap cadence. It's the same exact voice and tone. Like that's crazy. Cassidy is a rapper for real, I swear. Cassidy is a rapper. Even someone like a Jim Jones, I know he's not an original rapper, but just the way Cameron is a rapper. He just sounds like a rapper. Like let's talk about the mystery of Hitman for a minute. What do you think? What do you figure went wrong there? You're talking about Hitman Holla, and what are you talking about? The Cassidy versus Hitman Holla battle a couple years ago. Are you talking about that? Because I remember that, and my introduction, I didn't really know about Hitman Holla before Wildin' Out. So my introduction to Hitman Holla is from Wildin' Out, and he was always great on there. Him and like Charlie Clips and shit. Chronic 2001 Hitman was the most featured artist. I don't know who Hitman is. I thought you were talking about Hitman Holla. I don't know who Hitman is. I don't know who that is. Let me look him up. I was a little bit younger around that time. I was like, in 2001, I was like 14 or 15. Oh, Hitman with 2 T's. Hitman. What should I pull up? Well, I probably can't play anything. He had a dope album. Oh, his actual last name is Hitman. Wow. That's crazy. Hitman. That's fire. No, I'm familiar. I was just like young. I wasn't like so like tapped into like everything at the time. Like I remember obviously certain like records off that album. What was the notable? What song was he on? What was the big song that he was on? I can't play it here, but I probably like know the verse and I'm like, oh, him, like da 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 da. Here, let's look up the track listing of Chronic 2001. And I remember that album coming out too. I remember I just remember the whole. Let's see the track listing. Wow, there's some good records on here. The Watcher, Still Dre. Wow, I love that song. Didn't Jay-Z write that? Explosive, love that. Okay, Lightspeed, Hitman. Okay. Forgot About Dre, another great one. Next episode, another good. Let's Get High, Bitch Niggas. Oh yeah, Act Right. Hitman is on Act Right. Okay. Oh, Hitman's all over this shit. He's all over this shit. Oh, he's on Explosive. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. What is the one that I know him on? Oh, I can't play this though. Here, I'll play it on my phone. What verse is he on? Explosive. What verse is he on? Explosive. This shit has like 4 verses, huh? Oh, he's the chorus on Explosive? What the fuck? Hold on. Big Egos is the big one. I'm gonna check that one out too. 6'2", verse 2, Nate Dogg, Corrupt. So he's the core. Oh, okay. That's hard. Hold on. That's why his name is Hitman. See, sometimes you have a name that you gotta live up to. It's kind of hard. I love this beat too. Doom doom doom. That bass line. Oh, of course. Okay. I see. I wasn't familiar with that name. Honestly, I really didn't. I didn't know. But he couldn't get a solo album. What's with that? Maybe sometimes like, it's like I don't know. Sometimes you just, some people are really good at making verses, but they can't make hooks and they get help. Sometimes people are just good at making hooks, you know, and they can't do, they're not, I got to listen to big egos though. Sometimes you have to really be I think that's what's the difference is why people some make it is that they're able to do the whole record or make the record. I gotta look up Big Egos. I want to see that one. See what his role is on that. Sometimes it just is what it is, and sometimes it's just when you're. Sometimes it's, when you're under Dre, it's like we probably have to be like super exceptional to, and like if Eminem's, I would assume that it's probably has something to do with like Eminem, like how big Eminem was at that time, where you probably just got like if it was like maybe a couple years earlier, but Eminem just fucking took everybody out. Okay, so he is the hook, and he has a second verse. Yeah, no, he's nice. He's nice. I can tell just by listening. I feel like he wrote for Dre and shit too. It's very. Sometimes when there's already a star on the label, you're just like nobody's gonna come out. And probably what happened was like, it was probably like Eminem was so big, and then like Eminem brought in 50 Cent, and it just, you know, that's what I would assume happened. It just people probably just weren't. I don't know. It just Eminem literally changed a lot of music. And he is a good rapper, so I'm surprised. Maybe just, yeah, he probably got eaten by the Eminem beast, and then 50 came out, and then G-Unit was huge. So I'm guessing that was what, and then Game comes out, and then, yeah, probably just maybe just phased out by that time. I don't know. That would be my guess. And maybe he just didn't have the records that stood out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, maybe if Eminem wouldn't have come out, the bar would have been here. But Eminem's records just, I don't know, just they went up. He started making different types of records. And then like Eminem and Dre together, like, those. I feel like Explosive has a better, although Forgot About Dre is a great record, still is a great record. And Explosive, I feel like still DRE still gets a lot of plays though. But Explosive, I feel like doesn't go out of style though. It's kind of like embedded in the texture more. It's kind of more, I feel like it's more, it's not more timeless than Still, but it's like not so overplayed where you can like play it all the time. And then Forgot About Dre is like, it's a certain type of shit you gotta be on to be listening to that shit nowadays. Even though it's a great record, but it's more like, say, lyrically the game was superior to 50 Cent. No one's arguing that. And I would die on that hill. No, I don't think anyone would argue that 50 Cent was more lyrical than, and respectfully, the game. Like, I think even 50 Cent would say that himself. Even though 50 was fucking nice. See, 50, I was just talking about this shit earlier too before you got on. Some people are able to tap into the culture, and you don't have to be as lyrical, but it still resonates. That's what 50 was. He wasn't the most technically lyrical, but the shit he was saying was relatable. And that's why it worked. You don't always have to be technical to be nowadays the standard is a little higher, and you kind of do have to be a little technical to be considered good, but like at the same time, not really though. Game was definitely, but even Game is, I mean, I think they're comparable though. I think Game definitely has the edge lyrically, but even Game isn't the crazy most lyrical. He just has a lot of lyrics. He says some crazy ass shit. But if we're talking about lyrical and G-Unit, I mean, Lloyd Banks, crazy. Even Young Buck is like exceptional compared to. I think on the lyrical totem pole of G-Unit, it goes Game, 50. No, sorry. Lloyd Banks, Game, 50. Actually, I don't know. Lloyd Banks, Game, Young Buck, 50, Tony Yayo. Lloyd Banks was everything at one time. Lloyd Banks and Fab, like hearing both of Lloyd Banks and Fabolous on the radio at the same time, and them being like they had like the same style but like written in different fonts was very, very interesting. They had like the same setups but completely different voices. Lloyd Banks' era was unmatched. Like all those punchlines with that voice. I can't even do his voice anymore because my voice is fucked up. But he had like a, he had like a kind of, I don't even know what you call that shit. That was like a thing though. I remember people trying to like mimic that style too. Fuck, man. 2:45. See, it always happens. These 3-hour streams. Man, it's cool though. I'm coffeeed up. And then you could do extended G Unit like Kid. Mob Deep was a part of G Unit at one point. Yeah. Lloyd Banks, man. I think Lloyd Banks could still come back. Yo, I still think there's a place in hip hop and like mainstream hip hop for like punchline rappers. I think people still want to hear that shit on the radio because it's fun to listen to. I don't think people want to listen to it on the internet, but I think people want to listen to that shit when they're driving in their car. Like back-to-back punchlines. Like kind of like how Lil Wayne's era was, where Lil Wayne was doing back-to-back punchlines but with real songs. With like real hooks and shit, like big records but with back-to-back punchlines. Like that era. Like Wayne, Lloyd Banks, Fab. Like that style. Just back-to-back punchlines. Back-to-back. Kind of like Game. Game was kind of doing that shit too. Game was just like the infamous name dropper. Game would just like, man, Game will still drop names every time. That's his style. I like that shit though. It's good, and that shit works for radio because it's relatable. If you can make like a joke about something that people know, it's relatable. And I knew that this was like a formula that would work. This was around like 2018 or 19, and I think Drake's Scorpion was out, and at the same time, Nicki Minaj dropped Dreams, like that flip of that like Dreams, you know, that Biggie shit. And I remember it being like so old school in the delivery, but it worked because it was like punchlines. It was comedic, and I think that's still, people still want to hear that shit. People still like the little funny lines, the little catchphrases, like, and so it's like we get caught up in the genre, but sometimes like just having bars, funny bars, is like what people kind of love about hip hop and rap music, is just being entertained. And I feel like that's kind of like gone away. I feel like that's why music seems a little dry, because people aren't it's too, hip hop is serious. It should be serious, but sometimes those little funny lyrics and shit is what makes it like stand the test of time. The fact that there was a song called Because I Got High by Afro Man that was just like rocking the radio, just on some like campy fun shit, but it was like, I don't know, it just worked. It just, people just like to listen to that record. You know what I mean? Like, it just is fun to listen to. People anticipate the funny lines. Like, that's why Kanye West, that's his formula. He always would have some funny little catchy part that people like just love to sing because it's funny. And think about when they're not listening to the song, and it becomes part of the culture, you know? When you can get a lyric that becomes like a phrase, even like Drake, YOLO, like how that became a thing, you know, at that time. Shout out to Palmdale by Afro Man. Oh my God. Palmdale, come back to me. Yeah, I love that shit. I love that whole era. Definitely, that was a good time in music. That was a good time. I like when music was fun. Like, that's the fun part. You could still be like hard and be like funny though, you know, and I think that's a lost art. Like, as serious as Jay-Z was, he's had some funny ass lines. Like, And I wish I never had. It gets better. Ordered another round. It's about to go down. Like that whole sequence is like, I don't know. It's something about just that many bars of just like entertainingness that's just great, perfect for radio. It's like you can sing along, you can laugh, you can sing along, you know, just that. You want people to be able to sing it. Do I know Pond? Of course. Ponder, yeah. Colt 45, 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all I need. At the dark, roll that top away. See stems. Yeah. I love all that shit. I love all that shit. Nah, I remember because I got high was like, I just remember being like in high school playing football, like football practice, like summer sessions where you'd like double sessions where it's like fucking 90 degrees outside and you have double sessions and shit, like that song rocking at the time. Yep. We're in high school saying "Cause I Got High." Great record. Storytelling is funny. It's everybody can sing along to it. Na, 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 na. Cause I got high. Like you just know how to sing it just the first time hearing it. That's a great songwriting thing. I'll be right back. Yo, check. No, honestly, like, I fuck with, oh, yeah, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, get some rest, man. You gotta rest up for those rough conditions. But I'll see you, yeah, W 2000 sit for always tapping in. Might have to give you the, you're gonna get that OG badge soon for being a loyal supporter, or the VIP badge. Good, you've created good content on this channel, I'm not gonna lie. Good positive content too. Some people just come and talk shit, and that's good content, but like when you can make good content off some positivity, I think that wins always. You know, people love that good wholesome shit. The drama's fun too. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna lean right into the drama, but there's something about, there's a certain like class about being able to make good engaging content doesn't have to be negative. So I'm always for that, because there's always a way. Doing the negative shit is an easy thing. It's easy. It's like McDonald's. Hey, it works. It's okay. It tastes all right, and it works. But it's not long lasting like that good wholesome content. You know what I'm saying? Because you can still be edgy within the wholesome, but yeah, it's like good wholesome content is like a home cooked meal. You might have a little leftovers, but at McDonald's you eat it, 20 minutes later you're hungry again. You know what I'm saying? And then you're just. And the only thing you want after you eat McDonald's is more McDonald's. The last thing you want is some fucking spaghetti. But that spaghetti you might have for a couple days, and it's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So, hell yeah. We got about 7 more minutes until the 3-hour mark. We're not gonna stretch this out too far because it is 2:28. Though it is Saturday. You trying to get drunk? She smiled. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. You're funny as fuck. She said.
Did you think Clifford?
I gave him. I think I gave him 2.
That's perfect. I gave him 2.
See, yeah, Clifford still exists for people that
I know, yeah.
have forgotten.
He's over here, but
He's just moved. He still exists. He's still alive.
Easier to clean
for the most part. Yeah, type shit. I remember Ty asked me, he was like, "Where's Clifford?" That was a while ago, though.
I would think so.
Yeah, like, you sure you still have that fish? Yes, 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 he exists.
I bought this ice maker machine, but I don't know if I'm using it.
I couldn't tell. I didn't realize that was new, but now that I see it.
Slamming earlier.
Oh shit.
But I feel like these are better.
Yeah, there might be. I might have filled some in, but there's still some full ones. Yeah. Shit, this might turn into a little yak stream for the last 6 minutes, but I'm gonna get off though after a little bit. Man, 2 cups of coffee in the yak is different. See? I just woke up so tired.
I know, I slept 8 hours. My God.
Clifford abuse will not be tolerated. No, Clifford's in good hands. Nah, he's chilling. He's cool. He gets a little mad once in a while, but yeah, once I feed him, he'll stop though. It's definitely a difference. I'm like, okay, that must be what it is. That he's hungry. But I think they're just always hungry. So it's not even like we're not feeding them. They're just like greedily hungry. Damn. I don't need that much. It spilled? That bottle. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those things where it's like I'm not even using the yak for the stream. It's more of a tool. I don't know what's going on with my restream to YouTube, but I guess it's that transition period into Twitch coming back on the screen. I don't know. YouTube was the least active before, so it'll probably be fine. I'll figure it out. But we can still do the YouTube on the screen. Damn, that's a big ass glass of yak. Shit. All right, I gotta do it. Appreciate it. Hold up. Wait, hold on. Let me move this. Or actually, whatever. You know, do cheers. Just covering the chat.
So smooth.
It is smooth. It is smooth. I can't lie. I can't lie. The Costco yak is definitely a little smoother. This is a semi yak stream, but don't get too used to it because it is what it is. Damn, we started drinking at 2 a.m. I don't know if I ever started drinking yak at 2 a.m. This is different. In all of my days. I'm usually like slowing down by now. Damn, I don't know what my stomach's gonna be like. I still haven't taken that shit, but I might have to soon. 4 minutes. Partial yak stream. I like that. I like when we can transition. I like when the yak comes out midstream. Something about that. It just the last time that happened though, I want to say I broke my arm. It might have happened on one of these streams at one point, but I don't know. I don't think it did. Actually, I feel like it did. I feel like I turned the yak on at one point, but my stomach is all over the place. No, I just need to like, I think I need to like, and then I'll have some. I mean, I'm gonna try to drink it out. Really, I just gotta like kill these 3 minutes and then I'll probably take a shit. And then come back and drink more. Yeah. 3 minutes, 3 minutes. What else is coming down the pike? Yeah, just the BHD stream, the Twitch suspension lift. Hopefully we'll be finishing up this Kemet project soon. I just submitted the first assembly cut, the draft of that. So I like doing that because the hardest part is getting to that point where you have something to present. And my dad was like, "Did you get it? Is it done yet?" And I'm like, because it's always like this like pen and work in progress. So I like when I can present a thing and it's just like, okay, now he has something to work off. Okay, change the scene, and that's the easy work. It's just So once having that framework, but there's still a lot of work we need to do. But I don't want to talk on it too much. Tomorrow is day 169. Get the sticky with the blicky 6ix9ine is kind of popping and streaming right now. Him streaming is gonna be a problem. I could definitely see that shit happening, but it was interesting. There was a clip of Blueface saying like he's not really feeling streaming because it kind of like, almost in a way, like kind of like he could make a lot of money off of it, but it's kind of like quick money, but it's kind of like lowering your value a little bit. But I don't know. I think it could go either way. In a sense where it's like I could be a streamer or I could be like, or do a reality show instead that has like some sort of value besides like the little couple days to a week that this clip is popping. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I'm making the decision, I'm controlling the narrative. But I also disagree in a sense because I think that he was right though, because it's like the chat is basically your boss. You know? But so it could go anywhere. But I do think that the live stream, I think it's like a balance of like highly produced live streams, but still the live element of it is, I think, what is the high value in it. Yeah. Ty said, well, DDG brought him a blue PC and he streamed 2 days with DDG and today with Bless You and today with Deshae. So is he leaning into it? Does it bless you? Does it seem organic? Who's better, 6ix9ine? Have you seen the 6ix9ine streams? Who's better, 6ix9ine or Blueface? Because I feel like they're neck and neck from what I've seen. Blueface maybe a little more. No, I think 6ix9ine is a great streamer. Great. And Blueface, I think he's just naturally. I can't tell how much of it is intentional, but I think he's just naturally, what he says is just viral. I don't know. It's hard. There's not really a lot of people that can do what Blueface does, because I don't think he's actually like really trying to do it. I think it's just naturally him. He might be who? Blueface might be better than 6ix9ine. I feel like 6ix9ine puts in effort, but Blueface is just naturally like that. But both, Blueface bores me, but I don't like 6ix9ine, but he understands the troll. Yeah, see, it's like pick your thing. And I don't even know if they would. No, they are supposed to stream. They might even box or something, which would be great. I fuck with 6ix9ine is funny to watch because he's so confident. He's so fucking confident that sometimes it works out, but sometimes it doesn't. But he's just so confident. It's funny to watch very confident people. It's like almost comedic because they just believe everything they say. Like it could be the most ridiculous thing. It's like, no one could beat me in basketball, I swear. And then they might just end up winning the game. Ty said, no, he might be referred to, is referred to Blueface. Oh, leaning into streaming. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, it's probably undeniable. And he might have like a reference of it from like a couple years ago. Whereas like now it's just like, no. Like literally it's everything. I don't see how you can't, you know? And you still can control how you stream. You know, you don't have to like do everything the chat says, but yeah, some people are made for it. All right, I'm about to end this shit at 3:01 because we don't want to extend it. I would, but you know, I'm about to just sip on this drink, use the restroom. Appreciate everybody tapping in. It's been a good stream. Shout out Ty. AKA BKS Experience. Shout out 2000 Sit. Canada's best truck driver. Who else tapped in today? We also had Savrona's bitch ass tap in today. So it is what it is, and everyone else that was tapping in. So I'll see you soon back for day 169. And we'll see where it goes. All right. Oh, yeah, we got to say this. How can we not? Oops. I wanted it like there. Peace out.